Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Back of the Bench podcast. We are back with another episode. We missed a week last week, but we're going to keep it rolling.
Yeah. And you did get a special edition. Fields, the Bears are looking to move him this next week. The Combine is where they made the deal with the Panthers last season. Ryan Poles as the general manager. I got into it on that episode, so please go check that out. But yeah, a lot of big news with the Combine next week. Really excited about that. But Ryan Poles as the general manager, he talks about he wants all the deals to be done pre-free agency, right? He wants to have the roster and the plan, everything set before you go spend money, and obviously way before you draft guys. And yeah, one thing I didn't get to say on that episode because I found out after was the date. So basically they have to move Justin Fields before the draft because A, they'll lose leverage if Justin Fields comes to back up, and then B, that's not. I mean, a lot of teams are going to drop out of the running. Because if they don't get to decide on his fifth-year option or not. That matters, especially because he's a quarterback. They want to decide that, and I believe it's beginning of April. So they got to move him sooner rather than later because in all the teams. But yeah, so to recap what I was saying there, so because we're going to do mock drafts in this episode. We both have a mock draft. I have two. Because one, I did barely any trades. Now I thought he was gonna be like, "Nah, you got to trade," even though and kind of find out he didn't do that many trades either. But yeah, so I got two. I like both of mine. I think they're both realistic for pre-free agency, pre-combine, everything. These are gonna change. We're gonna drop more of them. But yeah, so I was saying with the Justin Fields thing, it's not nearly as many teams that are gonna even try to get him as people think. Right. Because there's 8 teams rumored. I think it's only 3 teams that will actually try, and 2 of them are only teams that's going to have a shot. I think the Raiders, the Falcons, and the Steelers are the only 3 teams that'll try, and I don't think the Raiders are going to get him simply because that's the Bears' old offensive coordinator, and I mean Justin Fields did not work out in that system, and supposedly he's not too fond of Justin Fields. Yeah. So that's my biggest knock on him.
Yeah. Also, I saw a report. I don't think Atlanta would be in the running either.
Yeah.
And you'll see why later on with my mock draft.
Mine too, because so if the Steelers were not in the running, if Kenny Pickett has hit, or if you told me if the Steelers had a high enough pick to where they were getting J.J. McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, if they had a top 10 pick and they were going to get a quarterback, and we weren't in on Fields, we weren't in the discussions. Fields to Atlanta would be my favorite thing. Like I would love that. The only reason why I don't want it to happen is because I want him to go to Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. But I think it's gonna be a steal. Like I think the most any team would give up is a second straight up. The only team I can see the Steelers giving up more than that because if the Falcons offer, I think they got 43. That's better than 51. So therefore they'll probably go a second and then a fourth this year or next year, something like that. Yeah, so that's what I got into on there. So yeah. I made a pretty big prediction. But, so y'all can go check that out for the prediction.
I agree with what you're saying that there's not a lot of teams that's going to be in on the Justin Fields race if that does come to fruition.
There's going to be 2 teams max.
But I think there might be a couple of shockers. I mean, you never know in this world. I mean, when Russell Wilson became on the trade block, nobody thought that Denver was going to make it.
Okay.
So it could be a shock.
No, I'm saying they were rumors. So here's all the teams I talk about on the podcast. So you have New England. So scheme-wise, with the offensive coordinator they have, the Falcons do not fit that. They have Zach Robinson. He's coming from the Rams. That is your Stafford, your Goff, and your Purdy's elite processors, field scanners, type of quarterbacks. Joe Burrow's even, right? Those are the type of quarterbacks that he's a passing game coordinator. That's what he dealt with in his time in Los Angeles. Not your mobile guy. So that's why I don't think Justin Fields fits there. But once again, we've never seen him as an OC. He was a passing game coordinator. So obviously, passing-wise, that's what he did. But now when he has a whole range of an offense, he could want a guy like Fields. So I don't know that 100%. But scheme-wise, Washington scheme with Cliff Kingsbury fits Fields. New England scheme is going to fit Fields. In Pittsburgh with Arthur Smith. Those are the only 3 teams that scheme-wise are going to offer what Fields can do and bring him to that next level. Atlanta doesn't. Vegas doesn't. But yeah, so the teams so Tampa Bay could, but everybody thinks they're going to bring back Baker. Then Washington, New England, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Vegas, and possibly New Orleans. But they already have so much money tied up to the quarterback position for the next 2 seasons that paying Justin Fields $22+ million on that 5th-year option doesn't seem plausible.
Right. But we're going to jump right into the mock draft situation. So me and Jeffrey came up with our own. This is like a 1.0 draft. So this is not anything set in stone, but this is kind of where we see teams going on pre-free agency. We all know that free agency doesn't start until March 11th. The Combine is right around the corner, but
next
free
week,
agency doesn't start till it's for a couple more weeks. So this is a pre-free agency mock draft
and pre-combine.
Yeah, and pre-combine mock draft.
So quarterbacks can be all over the place. Anthony Richardson pre-combine.
Yeah.
end of the first, second round guy. The way he lit the fucking combine, we knew he was going to be a top 5 pick.
Pro day.
So, and his pro day. So I'm saying there's things like that are going to happen from now till then. Like somebody like Cooper DeJean. He's falling down boards right now. Mm-hmm. He's going to fall even farther. You all see on my mock draft where he was going. Because he's not going to test. He isn't going to do a pro day. He isn't going to test because of the injury he had late in the season. Now, he said he will work out for teams the week leading to the draft. That's the earliest he'll be able to work out for teams. But that causes guys to fall, and that's how you get steals in the draft and things like that.
100%. So
this stuff is going to matter a lot.
Let's go ahead and dive right into it.
You want to dive into yours?
Yeah.
I have 2. We can go to my 1.0 that barely has a draft, barely has trades, and then go into yours that barely has trades. Like I'm saying, it doesn't really matter to me. Okay, so let me... Okay, yeah. So this is my one. Let me
just cut that part out where you jumped to me.
Okay, yeah.
That way it doesn't give it away. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Okay, so where are we at?
No, it did show yours. By the way, it did show. When I was on that screen, you have to hit this.
So we'll cut all this out.
Yeah.
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, I can see it from here, I believe. Nah, I'll probably go to that screen. Well, okay. So here's like I said, I have 2 overachiever and stuff. You know, I do have 2, but yeah. So here's my first one. So number 1 overall pick. Caleb Williams, I think, it's not really an argument, really. You know, my quarterback rankings have updated, and Bo Nix falls to 5, which hurts me to say that because J.J. McCarthy is my 4th quarterback, so now Michael Penix is off my list. So here we go. Drake May, Washington. So I don't know about you. I want to ask you about this, right? So I don't want to say it's a race thing, so I'm going to cut this part out. But I'm going to cut just me saying that part out and then this. But yeah, so I want to know how you feel about this. Am I weird for thinking that Jaden Daniels feels more like a Commander and Drake May feels more like a Patriot? Just feel like if I don't know why. If I picture them playing quarterback, I like Jaden Daniels on Washington and Drake May on the Patriots. Like I like even though I think Drake May's better than Jaden, so I don't want Jaden going before Drake. But if New England had 2, I would just like that better. But just fit wise, right? Yeah. But once again, the reason why I do think that they would value a guy like Jaden Daniels, even though I don't have them taking him as they take Marvin Harrison Jr. here at 3, it's simply because
shocking in my opinion. Not shocking.
Not really.
Not yeah.
Because Daniel Jeremiah had him taking him.
I'm saying. I take it back. I misspoke. That's the most popular spot. But I've just seen so many people mock a quarterback at 3. It's just it's different to see Marvin Harrison.
Not anymore. Like I would say after the Senior Bowl it faded away. Like, they're still going to get a quarterback. Everybody think that they're still going to take one. Just at 3. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. But Daniel Jeremiah, PFF, all the mock draft, I think they still could take one. But I just think you get the best prospect in the entire class. You got Russell Wilson. You got Tannehill. You got Gardner Minshew. And also, in this mock draft right here, as you guys see, Bo Nix and Michael Penix falls to the second round.
And we also just said that they might be contenders for Justin Fields.
And they might exactly. Yeah, so in this mock draft,
reunite Ohio State
exactly
weapons.
Justin Fields. They could have traded their second for Fields in this situation.
I don't hate it. In my opinion, there's not a single team. There's not one of these 32 teams that if they took or traded up for Marvin Harrison,
they wouldn't improve him.
Bad pick.
Exactly, or it wouldn't improve that roster.
Exactly. He's just one of those players.
Literally, I'm saying he's the best prospect in the entire class.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with like Jalen Carter last year.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Obviously, he fell on the board because off the field issues, but we knew.
Yeah.
He can start on any team next to the Aaron Donald, next to your fucking Quentin Williams. It did not matter, bro. He's ready for the league day 1. I have Malik Neighbors going forward. This is,
so you put in. Even if Marvin Harrison falls off the board, you think that the Cardinals are just all in on a receiver no matter what, whoever.
Yeah, for sure, because they're all in on Kyler Murray, and they do have 2 first-round picks, and they actually have. I think they have the second most picks in the entire draft, so they can load up on defense in this draft class. Also, they have money. They do have money.
Yes.
So therefore, Brian, like they can sign edge rushers, they can sign corners, they can sign a lot of different positions, whereas. Now, this guy right here, this is a top 5 player in the class. Malik Neighbors, freak of nature wide receiver. Now, everybody is all in on him at 2 because people are finally starting to watch him. And one thing I saw was, I'm blanking on his name, but he's a fantasy football guy. He said it has nothing to do with the college, but he's the closest thing, not closest thing, he said he is literally Jamar Chase 2.0. And that's what I would tell people. Just the after the catch ability and in the route running, like, Debo is great after the catch, but Debo ain't that good of a route runner, right? And then Garrett Wilson is an elite route runner, but ain't that good after the catch. That's why I said he is Debo, and he's Debo after the catch, Garrett Wilson before the catch. That was my comp. Was literally, I guess, is just my thing I like to say is Giants Odell, Jamar Chase, all LSU receivers, by the way. That is Malik Neighbors, all in one. Now here at 5, this time I'm seeing a lot too. Joe Alt. I don't know what the Chargers are going to do in free agency. So therefore, you know, with the new regime, we don't know. Okay, it's easy to take a wide receiver here. I just think if Marv and Malik Neighbors is going, which they could have 1-2 on their board, you go with the best offensive lineman on the entire board, and that improves them.
And what do they say is the biggest three positions in need is the quarterback, the guy that protects the quarterback,
and the guy that sacks the quarterback. Yeah.
You have Joey Bosa, you have Justin Herbert. Now you go get the guy that protects the quarterback.
Exactly. So yeah. To go with Slater, who they have as well. So I mean, that just makes the offense line even better.
Right.
Now here's the pick I like a lot, Jaden Daniels. Yes, they're paying Daniel Jones.
Yeah, this would be a shock pick for me.
But I saw another Daniel do it, and that's Daniel Jeremiah. A lot of people had Jaden Daniels falling out of the top 3, and I agree with that. I like Jaden Daniels a lot. I think he deserves to be a top 3 pick. I think he's phenomenal. But one thing I hate is people was giving him Lamar Jackson comps. Other than the fact they can run, he's nothing like Lamar. Literally nothing like Lamar Jackson. Just the fact he just can run. But I'm saying. But I mean, he's a better prospect than Lamar was coming out too. So I'm not saying he's worse than Lamar by any means. But I'm saying I don't know. Like in this case, I like obviously he wasn't going to Arizona and Los Angeles. Right. And if you're Brian Daboll, who had Josh Allen looking like a motherfucking MVP, right? And then you had Daniel Jones take you to the playoffs, you get an elite athlete at the quarterback position.
It's just the only thing that the thing I see here is the shock is not Jaden Daniels falling. I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah, it's just they're paying a quarterback while they're drafting one
quarterback 20 plus. I think it's like I think it's $43 million.
No, it's not that. Like it was
his cap hit was high though.
No, it was a cheaper deal. Hold on, I'm on Spoke Track. I can check real quick.
I thought it was a big cap hit. I could be wrong, but because I thought his cap hit. I could have sworn I saw a graphic that his cap hit was bigger than Pat Mahomes.
Let me see. It's an
NYJ or G.
Oh, yeah, 47.
47. Yeah. $47 million cap hit. That's a lot of cap.
But yeah, it is. But he only has one more year after the next season. It was only a 3-year contract.
Very true.
So yeah, you take it's pretty much.
This is a lot of money to be sitting on the bench, in my opinion.
It's a ton of money to be sitting on the bench. But once again, it's not like I'm just coming out of nowhere with this one.
Oh no, right.
This has been done, and I see it. Right, you got to think. This team made the playoffs and won a fucking playoff game.
Right.
By the way, with Daniel Jones, right?
No.
It's the same argument I had for the Steelers. People are saying you keep Kenny, you spend the first round pick on Kenny. You know the only reason why they didn't go to the NFC Championship, the only reason why they're not winning the East is because of the lack at the quarterback position, right? That's why.
And like
he literally can do everything Daniel Jones can do, just better. Daniel Jones is a elite athlete. He's even more.
And I'm not making the case that Daniel Jones is the better quarterback here.
I'm just it's just how much you're putting in on it.
Exactly. It's hard. It's hard when you're a GM and you're a head coach to justify to an owner. Not playing a guy that you're paying $47 million if you don't win. Now, if you draft Jaden Daniels,
you're gonna win though,
and they win the NFC East or come in second and they win a playoff game again, you could justify it. But now you're risking.
Right? Hold on. What was the record last year? Obviously
I think they won 5 games.
No, you know what I'm saying? They were one of the worst teams in the league. You get Jaden Daniels, you're at least winning 9-8 probably.
Right.
You know, depending on what you do in free agency.
You're improving. Yes, I agree that they're improving, but also you got to think Daniel Jones was hurt for a lot of that year too. He got a couple concussions, didn't he?
Yeah, but once again, know what I'm saying? Literally, Giants fans were literally saying like, he played really good one year.
Yeah.
Started like the worst quarterback. Like he was worse than Kenny Pickett at the start of the year. Basically, is what people were saying.
No,
he was pretty
I'm not
bad.
a Daniel Jones guy. I think he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league and one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league.
I mean,
but I'm saying
you gotta move on.
As Brian Daboll, and I don't know the GM's name off the top of my head. If you draft Jaden Daniels here at 6, you're putting your job on the line because if you don't succeed, you're getting fired.
It's like no.
That's a job on the line.
I get that.
And I don't say it's crazy. I'm just saying that's putting their job at risk right there. If they take him at 6.
Not Daboll as much as the GM because Daboll wasn't there when they drafted Daniel Jones. He was not.
Very true.
So if I'm Brian Daboll, I'm pushing for this. Jaden Daniels on the board. Let's get the quarterback. I know we paid him, but we're gonna be better. Now the GM, he's on the hot seat. But like I said, this is if Brian Daboll sees what we see in Jaden Daniels. If they value Drake, May, Caleb, and then they think Jaden Daniels ain't worth the top 6 pick, they're like, yeah, Caleb somehow falls or Drake somehow falls, we'll take that guy.
Yeah.
Right? And now if they have something like that, cool, so they don't have that type grade on Jaden, fine. But once again, I'm saying, but once again, I think Jaden could fall to 8. If so, boom, they don't want him.
Yeah.
They don't want him.
Right.
Boom. Right. So still, so at 7, Olu Fashanu, him and Joe Alt is almost reversible.
Yeah, I think it's almost a guarantee. I think this is the most guaranteed pick of the mock draft is that the Titans are going to take a tackle. I think that that's kind of just where it's at with them. They took a guard last year. Well, technically a tackle, but
they knew they were going to move the guard.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to revamp their offense, go with a tackle.
I'm saying they had the worst offensive line in the entire NFL last season.
Very true.
Like that's literally what they had.
Very true.
So go get the best pass blocker in the entire class. Right. That's what Olu Fashanu is.
And see what Will Levis has got.
Exactly. So and once again, like I said, in this mock draft, Michael Penix fell out the first round. Bo Nix fell out the first round. You got Spencer Rattler. You got talent at the quarterback position that you can take later too. If you don't think Will's the guy, but obviously they're all in on Will Levis.
Right.
So 8 here, J.J. McCarthy. So this is why I feel like the Bears aren't gonna get. So in this mock draft, obviously Justin didn't stay in Chicago because they took Caleb. So he either could have went New England, he could have went Vegas in this one, or he could have went Pittsburgh. So that's kind of my thought process with that. If you're wondering where Fields went since I started with him. And then here at 9, Rome Odunze. I think this is almost guaranteed if one of the 3 makes it. If one of the 3 receivers make it to 9, I think you can go ahead and sharpie in a quarterback wide receiver duo for them because Darnell Mooney's a free agent. So the only wide receivers on roster that are notable is Equanimeous St. Brown and DJ Moore. I mean, you had Rome Odunze, that automatically looks.
You need another weapon.
That automatically looks better.
That receiver room, you need another weapon. I agree.
But they could bring back Mooney, which I still think you need one. Mooney is a slot.
I just think, in my personal opinion, at 9, if you take Caleb at 1, with the edge rushers, especially on your mock draft that you have available, it's hard to pass those up. But I can see what you're doing.
I'm just saying.
I see your vision.
1,000,000% though.
But also, I'm a big pass rusher guy.
I get that, but literally, the only mock drafts I've seen them go pass rusher instead of wide receivers because all 3 were gone. There has not been a single mock draft by any CBS reporter, Daniel Jeremiah, Mel Kiper, not a single one. And my whole shit ain't based off theirs, but it is. Position value, what I think now, if I have a guy go earlier than what they did, that obviously affects it. But I'm saying that's actually, you can if Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors is there at 9, you can go ahead and put it in Sharpie that they take them there.
Gotcha.
But I definitely understand what you're saying. Okay, so here at 10, another Sharpie, I would say.
Yeah,
off offensive line because, only reason why Aaron Rodgers didn't play is because O-line sucked. Yeah. Mekhi Becton is a free agent. I like that name a lot. I really do like that name. Started off as a left tackle, they moved him to right. That's a guy that isn't going to make a boatload of money because of the health history. Yeah. But if you can sign him for a cheaper deal and he stays healthy for you, that could be a great offensive line addition.
Give him a deal. I'm not saying he's going to do it, but give him a deal like we gave Lyle Collins.
Prove it.
Where you give him a 2-year deal. Type, you give him a 2-year deal, and they only make money if they play in the game. Yeah. So if they're hurt, it doesn't really hit your affect money wise. That might be a situation.
Or give him a 2-year deal, front load the fuck out of that first year, so you can cut him after that year.
Not a lot of people are talking about. You got Lyle Collins as the free agency market.
Now Chuks Okorafor is like a top 15 player in all the free agency. Which I don't think so. I watched him play. But if y'all want him, go get him. Dallas turn 11. They're going defense in my opinion. Unless they go quarterback, they're going defense, and I love it for them because they D coordinator came from Pittsburgh. I just think that even if Danielle Hunter stays, like, you need to. It's like wide receiver, it's like corner. You need to, right? So I think they gotta go. I think they gotta get another star with Danielle Hunter, especially since he's a free agent. Outside of Danielle Hunter, what is it? Is it Ivan Pace? Yeah, Ivan Pace Jr. Undrafted free agent. He's a dog. And then Harrison Smith, who's old as hell. Like, you need more. So Dallas Turner is a freak, no matter if you have him or not. If you have Danielle Hunter or not. Layout 2 at 12. It was between him and Jared Verse. They're kind of 2A, 2B for me. So it just doesn't really matter the way you personally put them. I just had Layout 2 here. Now the combine's big for him because now every team's gonna get their hands on him. They're gonna check the medicals. They're gonna do all the X-rays because that neck injury was severe. He went from a first-round pick last year to mocked in the 7th round. So he went back to school and now he looked out the first-round pick again. Now, if they look at the medicals and it isn't clean, he could be the Darnell Washington of last year's draft. A guy that we all viewed as, oh my God, he's going round 1. The medicals at the combine weren't clean, so he falls. But that's why the combine's so important. Terrion Arnold here, this could have been quarterback, but basically I don't see it, right? J.J. McCarthy jumps up. I can see Bo and Michael both falling out of the first round because of their age, and I really love all these guys. So Terrion Arnold, they have Nick Hobbs is their best corner. You know who that is? No number he is? Right, exactly. J.C. Latham.
I know a lot of fucking players in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because the fact you don't know it means something. Mm-hmm. J.C. Latham, another one. I don't know. I've seen this a lot, and I always like it every time I see it in the mock draft. I mean, I like J.C. Latham. I'm gonna update. We're gonna update our positions, but yeah, he's a guy that he was 5 for me, but he definitely jumped up. He's a freak athlete for his size. Toledo corner, Quinyon Mitchell. It's the Colts. Is a big body corner. It's their type. Now here's my new D tackle one. I will go ahead and tell y'all that. I watched a ton of Byron Murphy. Difference between him and Jer'Zhan Newton is he's actually effective in the run game where Jer'Zhan Newton isn't. Now Jer'Zhan Newton is the best pass rushing D tackle I've ever seen in my entire life coming out. Obviously, I'm not saying he's gonna come in the league and be the best right away. But prospect-wise, I've never seen it. But like, I'll give him the edge over Jalen Carter as far as pass rushing. But Byron Murphy can give you that pass rushing, and he can give you the run plug. And Jer'Zhan Newton he has a DN's body that plays D tackle. So it's like he kind of a double team takes him out of the play, is what I'll say. Whereas it doesn't happen with Byron Murphy nearly as much. So right here, this is what I was talking. This one point I wanted to make. Steelers need a center. As a Steelers fan, there's hella teams that want a center. There's 6 teams in a 7-team window. The Seahawks need a center. The Dolphins need a center, who were at 21. The Bengals don't. I mean, they could, but I'm not going to say a first-round need for them at all. But the Rams need one. They just cut their center. Steelers need one. They just cut their center. Like I said, Dolphins center is a free agent. And also, the Jaguars need one, and so do the Eagles, because Jason Kelce is about to retire if he isn't going to retire this year already. That's 6 teams in a 17 window that need centers. So, if the Steelers really want Jackson Powers-Johnson that bad, they had to trade up. So when I did this, I'm like, as Steelers fans, my heart dropped. As soon as I see the Dolphins jump up in front of, once I see the Seahawks don't take a center, then Dolphins jump up, I'm thinking they're taking that center because all of us need one sitting here. But no, they jump up and they take the second best D tackle, who in their eyes could be the very best. Christian Wilkins is also a free agent this year. They could re-sign him, but they cut, I forgot his name, but I know he used to play for the Browns. Olafe, something like that. It's his name I can't really pronounce anyway. He just got cut. That's the other interior defensive lineman that goes with him. Bring in a guy that can bring you that pass rush. You got Christian Wilkins to stop the run. I mean, you got to do it now. That'd be a damn good defensive line. Now, once again, Daniel Jeremiah's done it. Mel Kiper's done it. Everybody's done it. Literally, this is the only pick I see for the Bengals now, which I know he hates, Brock Bowers. In this case scenario, I don't have him trading up for him in this mock draft. I have him falling. But everybody says pencil it in.
And I mean, everybody put Michael Mayer as our first-round pick last year, and we took a pass rusher. So.
Yeah, but also Michael Mayer didn't have as good of a combine as we thought either. So Michael Mayer went from a bona fide first-round pick to, he's not that good of an athlete. He fell. Darnell Washington should have been a first-round pick. His medical weren't good. He fell. Yeah. The only one that was worth the first-round pick went before your pick. Mm-hmm. So I mean. That's one thing I have been seeing, Bengals fans. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. How the Jets crumbled round 1 and went with an edge because edge is such a valued position because the player they wanted got took right before him. That's something I can see that happen to the Bengals. I'm not saying Miles Murphy isn't nearly as bad of a player as McDonald was, but when the Steelers jumped from 17 to 14 right before the Jets and took the best offensive tackle on the board, they crumbled and took Will McDonald when they had he became like the 5th edge rusher on the depth chart. Crumbled instantly. They just took, he's a good edge rusher. Important position, we'll take him. I mean, you got Carl Lawson. You have another first-round pick right there, Jermaine Johnson, the 3rd. And many others. Like, I believe you have 5 that all played, and he was like the 5th or 6th one. So I'm saying Dalton Kincaid went, 26, and then 27 and 28 was a big one. So I'm not saying that's what happened to y'all, but I did see that rumor out there where it's like, I mean, they could have penciled it in. I mean, he could have been the best player on the board going up to pick 26 for them. Then he went, which I'm not. Obviously, y'all took him. That wouldn't have been a bad pick. The motherfucker's a dog. I mean, we see what he's capable of.
Well, the Bengals don't draft for now. They draft for future.
Yeah. And that's what everybody tried to do.
Sam Hubbard's contract's coming up.
Yep.
I think this is his last year. Trey Hendrickson, we got 2 years left on him. Yeah. You get enough time to develop an edge rusher and let them walk, right? And now you got a guy on a rookie deal.
And also, how many times do we see, right, somebody that people value is, okay, yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. Right? Like, Chuks Okorafor. If you told me we were cutting Chuks after last season, I'd have smacked you in your face. But whenever you draft somebody, right, to be a backup, and they turn out to be good, now you're looking like, I don't want to pay Trey Hendrickson that. I mean, we got Trey Hendrickson value or better than him right here. Potentially. Now, Trey Hendrickson obviously was tied for 3rd or 2nd in the entire NFL?
I think he was tied for 2nd. He had 17
I thought it was 3rd because I thought, him and Josh Allen both had 17.5, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And Danielle Hunter had 16, I believe it. That's how it went.
I think so.
So still, so Obviously, you don't want to cut that guy for billions of reasons. But still, I'm just saying, for example, right? So I get that. Brock Bowers here, I don't like this. With T. Higgins, without T, it does not matter. I get his argument 100%. They never use a tight end, but like they never had one before, ever. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like you can't go back in history and be like, yeah, this was a top 5 player at the position. When you don't have a guy like that, you're not gonna use him that much. Mm-hmm. You pass the ball a lot, right? You have a wide receiver that's gonna play tight end. He can block. He can catch tight end fucking screens. The type of shit I was seeing y'all do with Sample, lining up in the motherfucking backfield and then going out on route, like that type of shit. Imagine if you had a top 5 athlete, a top 5 player at that position doing that. It would be fucking incredible. And I know you know, but here in this mock, I mean, there's some good tackles still on the board, which look really good. But what if free agency you sign one? What if you sign a right tackle free agency and then Byron Murphy and Jer'Zhan Newton both go? You take corner here, probably. You could see that. But you've also took DBs in the first, second round the past 2 drafts. Well, yeah, first round, and then DB and a DB in second year. Yeah, so still.
We taken a corner in the second round in the last 2 drafts.
Yes, and a safety in the first round of the last ones. Yeah. I mean, the one before last. So, still, this kind of goes off cue because I personally think outside of tackle, they should continue to load up on the defense, especially because they got the money to pay T. Higgins now. Because that shocker that came out of nowhere, the Taylor Swift effect. So, but still, even if you pay T. Higgins, you still can go get a Brock Bowers. But that's still going to be 95% of the money tied into 3 players, which is worth it because they're all 3 literally great. But that means you got to load up on defense in the draft, and if those young guys hit like your Logan Wilsons have and things like that, that's how you continue to be competitive. But I like Brock Bowers here. Jared Verse, like I said, him and Laiatu Latu, interchangeable as hell for me. Jackie Powers Johnson does fall to 20 to the Steelers. It's a good feeling in my heart to be an Oregon Ducks fan, and he's gonna be a first round pick without a doubt. He can go as early as fucking 10, or he can go later in the first round, but he's gonna be a first round pick, and my team needs his position. This is the first time that Oregon has ever had a player come out that was actually good enough to take early that Steelers needed. So finally happened, and hopefully we get him. Now this is a guy that kind of shocked. Like my brother, I showed him this, he was shocked. Keon Coleman hasn't got nearly enough hype. He's fell off the face of the earth. But at the combine, he can run anywhere from a 4.41 or a 4.65. You give me that 4.41, he's going here. Mm-hmm. He's going first round without doubt. That athleticism, that freakish catch radius, things like that. But you run a 4.5, 4.6. Yeah, you're gonna be a day 2 pick, buddy. But still, you're gonna be a damn go. You don't have to be 4.3 speed now. You don't have to be that. It's just everybody is now. Everybody is. So, but his type of jump ball ability, he doesn't have to be. But in my mind, I think he's gonna run a 4.4, 4.44, 4.45 type. So, and that's my opinion. So that's why he goes here. Tyler Guyton, I mean, just a big body mold tackle. You know, Lane Johnson's getting old. Perfect. Brian Thomas, at wide receiver. Amarius Mims, another tackle. Tyron Smith is a free agent. Get a tackle. Now, this is a guy that's fell off a lot of boards we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. Fell down a lot of boards. He fell down here on mine. Perfect pick. They have him under safety, which obviously he's just going to be a DB. He's going to play everything for you. Now, Adonai Mitchell. Mike Evans is getting older. Mike Evans is a free agent. Does not matter if you bring him back or not. Go get T. Higgins 2.0. And I would love this draft pick. Make the wide receiver room really scary, even with Mike Evans. You still can go get a guy like that. Now here's a defensive pick. Nate Wiggins. Go get your cornerback 1. So you get Malik Neighbors, you get Nate Wiggins, you call it a day. Chop Robinson, an edge rusher, Penn State guy. He's jumping back into first rounds again, I'm noticing. Basically because he's gonna test really good this next week at the combine. Another edge rusher, great at the Senior Bowl, gonna look good at the combine. He jumps up. There's only one team I want to see him go to in round 1, and that's Detroit. Detroit's the only team I can see that takes a guy with his skill set and actually develops him to a full pass rusher. Jordan Morgan, I mean, they need the offensive line help. He's a right tackle, gonna take over for Moses Malone. Now here's a guy that's falling down boards as well, and I would hate this for the rest of the league. Kool-Aid McKenzie to the Niners, incredible, and then Troy Franklin. I think we can go ahead and Sharpie in the wide receiver for the Chiefs, even if they go get a Mike Evans.
I think so.
Because I see Mike Evans could get signed there, I would still go wide out because Valdez-Scantling is a $12 million cap hit. He's gonna be a cap casualty this year. You're not paying that guy that much money. This is Valdez-Scantling 2.0 that can catch, right? 6'3", gonna run a 4.3 at the combine, so fast as hell and tall. And I mean, he can't catch. Boom. There's your guy right there. But still, so what do you think? I know you're not the biggest fan of the Chiefs, but like, if they don't go wide receiver, what other position do you really see for them? Maybe corner again.
Yeah, I would say
because Jerry Sneed might be
you could
a
go
free agent.
Corner, maybe pass rusher. George Karlaftis is really good, but you can never have too many pass rushers.
You never can have too many.
You could go tackle maybe because what's his name? They just signed.
Jawan Taylor.
Yes, Jawan Taylor. He did lead the league in penalties, holding penalties.
And this is a right tackle class.
Could go guard maybe, but I don't really think there's
Thuney. No. They have Thuney, who's the left, and then the right one's really good. Trey Smith, he's really good too.
Yeah.
And they got a center, so yeah.
You could maybe go D tackle if there's any on the board.
Chris Jones, free agent.
I think you got
corner.
Receiver.
Yeah, I better say corner or receiver because L'Jarius Sneed is a free agent. You did take Trent McDuffie in the first round 2 years ago, so I would definitely say corner if L'Jarius Walks.
But you could go pass rusher. I mean, you can never have too many pass rushers.
You never have too many.
All right, so this is my mock draft. So I really want to trade as well. So I did mine with a different one. So this is it's actually different. I don't know how you pulled it up this way, but I had to pull mine up this way. So number one, like you said, with the reports that came out with Justin Fields, I don't think he's the number one quarterback on the board, but I think Caleb Williams goes one to Chicago.
So you saw the so obviously we know Justin Fields is gonna get moved. Like now, I would say 95% chance they go Caleb or go quarterback.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, are you talking about the reports that came out saying that the Falcons are really like a quarterback in this class and they're willing to move up for one?
Yes.
So me personally, I think JJ McCarthy will be good for them. Mm-hmm. And if they can't get a deal done to move up.
So my thing was, you're moving up from 2 to 8. You're gonna have to spend, but I didn't think you would have to spend a crap ton. So I think the move that I made, I had Atlanta giving up 43, 8, and a 2025 1, moving up to 2.
For sure.
I think that was enough compensation, moving up 6 spots.
Yep.
You jump in, you get your quarterback in Drake May. That goes along with Bijan Robinson. That goes along with, and like you just said, what is Atlanta like? He came from LA. The pocket quarterback. That's
you're literally getting a more athletic Stafford and Goff.
Yeah,
that's what you're getting.
I think it just kind of fits the scheme. I think they just make the big move, and especially in the NFC South where you can win that division with a good quarterback like that, with the roster that they have.
Literally,
I think that's the jump you take there.
That's what I love about this
pick. To win the NFC South. 3, I got Jaden Daniels going to New England. I just kind of like that fit. I like that field. The OC. I like the idea. For 20 years, you have Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and now your face of the franchise is Gerard Mayo and Jaden Daniels.
I love it.
Just completely doing 180. Sure. I love this. I love that idea.
Different style coaches and different style quarterbacks. Exactly. I love it a lot.
Exactly.
I like that pick. That's what I would have did.
Right.
But I don't know. It's interchangeable.
At number 4, I got Marvin Harrison. Yeah. I just think that's where they're going to go. Personally, I still believe that they should go defense at 4, but I think I think you just take the BPA here, and he's just the best player available. At 5, I got Malik Neighbors going 5 to LA.
You see him and Keenan Allen follow each other on Instagram?
Yes, I did not see that actually. That kind of helps me out a little bit. But my idea is Justin Herbert loves to throw the football.
Yeah, go get a guy that can go deep.
Jim Harbaugh loves to throw the football.
Yes.
That's just a match made in heaven. You can never have too many weapons. You got Malik Neighbors. You got Keenan Allen. Even if you don't cut Mike Williams, or if you do cut Mike Williams,
but you do got Quentin Johnston still. You do got Josh Palmer. You still you got a top wide receiver room to make this move.
At number 6, go get a tackle. Daniel Jones just got his bell rung a ton. You got to shore up the line with everybody that went before you. You go and shore up a left tackle spot.
I will say this about this pick. They do have a left tackle already. We know tackles can change.
Right.
But, what about... I'm not saying change your mock. I'm saying, how would you feel if they took Fuaga at 6? I think Fuaga's a fucking dog.
Yeah,
but if they want a guy that's going to play right...
Yes.
To go with Evan... They're going to move Evan Neal to guard, and they're going to put a guy at right tackle without doubt because they're going to leave him at left.
Yes.
Do you think Fuaga's worth the 6? So it's 6 overall pick?
I think you could... I think you can make the case for it.
Yeah.
Just for me, I think personally... I have a sneaky gut feeling that Evan Neal's going to be on the move. I don't think they're going to move him to guard. Now I have not seen any reports about this. I just know with that issue that he had, I think he said something about the Giants fan base during the season. I just think I don't know if he kind of fell out of favor there, or if there's something going on behind closed doors that we're not hearing.
But 100%.
I just think that there might be a move there.
But the hole is still at right tackle, though. That does say, because Evan Neal's a right tackle. So I'm saying the hole is still, if you move on from him or move him to guard, you still have a right tackle opening. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like Fuaga, he's the best right tackle in the class.
I can see that, yeah.
So here, take the best offensive lineman in the class, and then worry about that later. And that's me personally.
And
that's what I would do too.
Like Joe, I think a bona fide first round tackle. If you
bona fide top 5 tackle.
Yeah, if you if you're moving one position, I think you can rely on somebody like the talent level of Joel to make that jump from left to right.
I 100% agree.
You need to do that.
I 100% agree.
At number 7, like we just talked about, I have Olu Fashanu here. I think they're going tackle. I think they need to shore up.
He's the best on the board with this pick.
Said. Now here at 8, maybe I don't know if a lot of people has had this, but here's my thought process here. I have them going corner. 1, they took a corner last year in Emmanuel Forbes. He didn't work out.
I mean, it was 1 year. It was 1 year, right?
Yeah, we knew he didn't work out. 2,
he still has the opportunity to bounce back. He's going to bounce back, I promise.
I think that they move for a quarterback in free agency. I think
Kirk
making a move that they did, signing Dan Quinn to be your head coach, going and getting Cliff Kingsbury and letting Eric Bieniemy walk. Who did you see? Eric Bieniemy is going to be an assistant coach at UCLA.
Well, he's offensive coordinator at UCLA.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is, but that's kind of how it works. 10. No, Big Ten's about to be nasty.
Yeah,
bro.
Big
Ohio
Ten's
State,
crazy.
What they got.
Yeah.
But
anyways, back to the mock. I think they go quarterback in free agency, or maybe move
later
this is maybe where you can see Justin Fields landing. Maybe you can make a trade for Justin Fields. Who knows? I don't know yet.
Or once again, you fought at 8. McCarthy still there. So I don't think it stops them from trading down. 1 and B, the draft capital you just got, then you have them getting a second.
Yeah.
Now you have 2 early seconds. Bo Nix, Penix. If they don't go, they might go round 1. You know what I mean? But still, you're gonna have quarterbacks still in this. But
I think in the NFC East, you have to have a solid defense. I think you go get your cornerback 1 here at 8, and you acquire the draft capital to do.
And that helps. That helps Emmanuel Forbes a lot, simply because Forbes, the game when everybody was like, yeah, he's a bust. Well, it's because he guarded A.J. Brown 1-on-1. You go get a guy that can do that consistently.
Yeah.
And Forbes is just a freak athlete.
Yeah.
You let him do everything else and get a guy that can 1-on-1. I love it.
And this could be, an out there pick for me.
And this could be Dallas Turner too.
Now at 9, I took Dallas Turner at 9.
I like that.
Like I said, I just feel like in Chicago, you take your quarterback, you take your pass rusher.
Somebody better be
kind of like
the
recipe of Houston. Houston took a quarterback, took a pass rusher, made it to the playoffs, won a playoff game. I don't know if that happens with Chicago.
But the difference is
you can never go wrong taking a quarterback and a pass rusher in the top 10.
The Bears just traded a second round. The Bears just traded a second round pick for one of the best edge rushers in football, in Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat is the first player in NFL history to lead 2 teams in sacks. When he left the Commanders, he was leading them in sacks, and nobody beat that. And he went to the Bears and in half a year led their team in sacks.
Right.
So I mean, they got a guy there. Yeah. They do have one, but you add another one.
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah,
we talked about it. You never had so many pass rushers. We're going to say it a lot on this podcast. I mean, because we love edge rushers.
Right, and look at fucking San Francisco's formula. You go out mid-season, trade for Chase Young. You have Chase Young,
Randy Gregory, Nick Bosa.
Yeah. Teron Armstead. I mean, you had just a front 4. So I like that. I like them going to get an edge rusher at 9.
Yeah.
All right, so at 10, I have Talise Fuaga for. I think
pencil it in.
Yeah, I think they go tackle. You have to go tackle. 4 plays. 4 plays, and he's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to shore up. And now there has been reports that they might be looking into Bakhtiari, but I don't think that the Jets have enough capital.
Bakhtiari's a left, Fuaga's a right. It does not matter. You can get both.
And I don't even think they have enough capital to go get a Bakhtiari.
I mean, I think they do. I mean, he's not going to be that expensive. He shouldn't be too old to be that expensive,
Yeah, okay. I can
he's
get
older.
That.
He's older.
That one.
He's a right tackle. Go get both. Because Mekhi Becton's a right tackle right now. He's free agent.
At 11, this is a little bit of a jump, but I got Bo Nix going 11 to Minnesota. I think Minnesota needs to move on from Kirk Cousins. Not that Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback.
Even if you bring him back, you can still take this.
Not that Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback, but you're about to pay Justin Jefferson. Yeah. You have a young guy in Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
You're not prepared to win now. You're still building. Why not go get a quarterback that you can build around, that you can build with?
Now,
you just paid T.J. Hockenson. You're about to pay Justin Jefferson.
Did you see what Justin Jefferson said? Justin Jefferson said before he signs his contract, he wants the Vikings to include him. Not include him, but let him know what the plan for quarterback is. So what they're going to do, that's the best player who exists in the entire league. So tell him, okay, we want to sign Kirk. If we can't re-sign Kirk, we're going to draft one, and these are the guys that could be available for us. Or we're looking to trade up and go get something like that. So I'm saying, so my question is, do you think Bo Nix is better than Penix, or do you think Bo Nix fits the Vikings better than Penix?
I think Bo Nix fits the Vikings better because the Vikings, when you have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, TJ Hockenson,
You need a run game now, but
yeah, you need a run game.
But he's more athletic too. He helps that.
He's still athletic, but Bo Nix can sit in the pocket and just fucking pick up.
No.
And he can make plays outside the pocket as well.
I would argue that I wouldn't argue. Bo Nix is a better runner than Caleb is. So I'm saying Bo Nix is. At all the top prospects, Bo Nix is the second most athletic quarterback.
Minnesota has an offensive line weakness as well. You got to have somebody that can make a play out of the pocket. And at
Bo
number
Nix.
12, this might be another surprising pick.
It is.
I like this fit.
Available.
Here's why I like this fit. One, we know that Jerry Jeudy is on the trade block. That's been a talk about. It was last year.
He played better at the end of the year.
Yes, but a lot of people's been talking about that. Two, I don't think you can get out of the Russell Wilson contract. I think that's just money you're gonna have to eat.
You gotta pay him regardless.
And he didn't play terrible.
Even if you cut him and he goes somewhere like Pittsburgh, for $1 million, you're still paying him 30.
Right.
I mean, however much. Yeah. So
and he didn't play terrible. They I mean, I think they went 8-7.
Yeah. I mean, they went on a 6-game win streak.
They went on a streak. I think you give him a weapon like a Romo Dunes. You have Courtland Sutton's a free agent.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy might get moved. You don't really have a true number one.
If you let Courtland Sutton walk, then you keep Jerry Jeudy and you draft on. That's what I think you do. Right. I don't think you let both of them go.
Yeah, or even if you re-sign Courtland Sutton, you can trade Jerry Jeudy. Yeah. I think you go get a bona fide number one. Give somebody. Now, what does Russell Wilson love to do? He loves to make a play outside the pocket, throw a jump ball. Romo Dunes likes to go and get jump balls. I think that's a nice little fit there. At 13,
I'm excited to see his combine though because.
And again, I didn't go off anybody's mocks. I just went just based off of what I would like to see.
So my thing about Rome is people are saying they think he's gonna run a 4.3. I don't see it on tape. He's not that fast on tape. He does not. Everybody talks about he's like. Well, I'm saying that's what's been rumored is 4.3 speed. It's like, but I don't see it. I see 4.4, 4.5. But I mean that does not affect how good he is as a player at all, in my opinion. But I'm saying like that's why this week is important for him too. He's another player I'm really excited about.
At number 13, I got Vegas taking a tackle. I think that I really just don't think they go quarterback at 13. I think maybe they try their luck in the free agency or see how it works out with Garoppolo.
The rumor with how people feel about McCarthy though, I mean, yeah.
No, and they could take. I don't know. I think that taking
they can get Minshew.
Yeah, I think
free agency.
In my opinion, I think Garoppolo may be a better. I don't know. I don't want to say that and then.
I was about to say first watch the McCarthy tape because I didn't have McCarthy in my top 6 quarterbacks. Unfortunately, I turned it on because I looked at stats. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I looked at stats. I'm like, this motherfucker barely threw the ball. But then I'm like, they did have the best offensive line in college football. They did have the best running back in college football. So like, I get that. But then when you watch the throws he was making, I'm all, he NFL bound. Like he's the 4th best quarterback in his class. You could argue he's better than Jane Daniels arm wise. Obviously, Jane Daniels had the last athleticism.
Right.
So but still, I get what you're saying. They're gonna pay Jimmy G for that. How much they're gonna pay him though?
Yeah.
But Gardner Minshew's out there. Mac Jones could get traded there. They can go in on Aiden O'Connell or their second round picks.
I think where I did here at 13, more of just a BPA here.
He's the best player on the board.
Best player on the board at that point.
I get it.
At 14, now here's a little bit of move for me. So Cam Jordan's getting older.
Yep.
He's on his way out.
I just took a D tackle last year. Keep loading up.
Load up the defense. We know New Orleans is a good defensive team.
Yep.
That's what they're known for. You still have a chance to win the NFC South. You can go get a certified pass rusher just to make quarterbacks' lives live in hell there in the NFC South. Yeah. At 15, I think we had the same pick here.
Quinion.
I just, like you said, just a big body, 6'2".
It's their type.
6'2" corner. That's what they love in Indy. Yeah. At 16, I had Leatu. What is it?
Yeah, Leatu. Yeah.
Now here's my thoughts here.
They keep loading up on edge rushers,
but
they have like 1 million now.
Right.
But you never got too many because none of them are 10+ sack guys.
But here's my thing. What we know from Seattle is defense.
And a new head coach.
And but Pete Carroll's still in the front office. That defense is still going to be rocking. I just like a edge rusher.
No. I'm saying the new head coach is the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, right?
Oh, yeah,
so I'm saying he's a defensive mind too. So I think this is center or defense, 100%.
So at 17, this might be a little bit of a shock, but I took Cooper DeJean here at 17 for Jacksonville.
I mean, he's gonna play slot and safety if he goes here, and that's what he's good at too. He's not gonna be outside here, but. And that's where I like that. Yeah, I said he's still incredible at that.
Around this defense, and that's another thing that Jacksonville needs to work on. They need to get a better defense. Their offense looked good last year. Their defense lacked in a lot of areas.
Yeah, literally, they have a number one. Their D line is good because they have a number 1 overall pick, and and Walker, who's playing really good. And then, I mean, they had a guy that was tied for second in sacks. So outside of that, if you secondary, in the secondary, that's why I think this is the perfect pick for them. Yeah. You need a guy to go outside. If he's good, if you want to play outside, he can. He can play safety. Here's one thing: people keep saying he's a safety. Even if he's a safety, he's the best safety in the class. He's still worth the first round pick. I agree. So it does not matter. Even if you think 100% he's going to be a safety, yes.
And he can make plays in the special teams.
Which just shows me that he's a freak athlete, and we already knew that.
33% of football there.
Literally, for sure.
All right, so let's move on to the next one. So at 19.
Oh wait, you cut off Bengals. You didn't say that pick.
Oh no, I didn't cut him off. Go back.
Okay.
So at 18, I got to take the guy that I want to take, and that's Jerzon Newton, the pass rusher and the D tackle. I think we have $53 million or $52 million in cap.
Interior
I think
pass
you
rusher.
Bring back DJ Reader, who's your run stopper. Yeah. You bring in another pass rusher. You cannot get after the quarterback enough. We saw how much it benefited us. Trey Hendrickson had 17.5 sacks, and that benefited us greatly.
And you still need more production. You know what I mean? Like
we need to add to that.
Despite having the tie for second most sacks, it still seemed like you needed more.
Exactly.
Which once again, every team has two. Every team's trying to get at least two elite pass rushers. Doesn't matter the interior, exterior. We know what Sam Hubbard is.
I like Sam, but Sam Hubbard.
He's a run stopper on the edge.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. So you make up for that by going to get a freak pass rusher in the middle. I love this pick. Right? This is what I'm saying.
That's the pick I want.
If he's here, they should make it. Will they? I don't know, because the world is saying they value Brock Bowers. I'm gonna get over that craze later, but right now I like that. I like that fit for them better because I just feel like that's the way they play.
I feel.
But this is the best thing for them. This is the best thing for them. I just feel like Brock Bowers just feels like a Bengal to me.
I think it makes a little bit of a difference. You have a outside run stopper. You have one of the best run stoppers in the game, with DJ Reader. If we bring him back
on the interior,
and now you have an interior pass rusher, somebody not like an Aaron Donald, but like an Aaron Donald where they get after the quarterback, right? Chris Jones where they get after the quarterback. And then you have the guy who's top 3 in sacks.
And the reason why he's not my D tackle one no more is because he literally gets mauled in the run game on tape. But he is in a Big Ten, which we'll get into that.
And also you have B.J. Hill.
No. So what I was about to say is that this is the team where it's, unfortunately, Steelers fans, y'all not gonna like this. He's not gonna get the doubles. DJ Reader's gonna get the doubles inside, which means that he is gonna be one-on-one, which helps him out more. which that's my biggest thing.
You take Jerzon Newton here at 18. Our rotations would be at DN. We have Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, Joseph Asai, Miles Murphy.
Yep.
At D tackle, you have B.J. Hill, Jerzon Newton, DJ Reader.
Yeah.
That's a nice 7.
They're going to be fresh. You're going to get pass rush. You're going to get run stopping. Hell yeah.
And let him do his work.
I like it.
So at 19, I have them going cornerback. And
anyone,
yeah. They kind of need a lot of positions there in LA. And
they're going BPA here.
Yeah,
they're going BPA.
I think that too. But I think the Rams, when they traded for Jalen Ramsey, that made a big impact on their team. Do I think Nate Wiggins is Jalen Ramsey? No. But I think if you have a bona fide number 1 corner, that's only going to raise your DB
Their best corner got cut by the Steelers. He was like their 5th best corner, and he's a free agent now, and that's Ahkello Witherspoon. That's Witherspoon. I'm blanking on his name. Devon Witherspoon's older brother. So I'm saying Ahkello is a good corner, but he is a free agent. Even if you bring him back, he's a good 2. He's not a good 1, and go get your 1. I like that a lot.
At 20, I think you guys go corner. You talk about it a lot, how you guys need an interior, you need a corner, you need a quarterback, you need just got a holes.
Not really though. I'm saying so like okay, so only positions that I feel like the Steelers need like literally if they don't get this, it's gonna hurt them because quarterback we just want to upgrade. We got a guy there. We have a guy that's winning games. He was 7-2 last year. He was winning somehow, and we were winning when we had him, which just shows me you go get a guy that's better, what it could do for your team. But yeah, get a corner. We have Joey Porter Jr. Joey Porter Jr. is all pro. I promise y'all. He literally had the Sauce Gardner type of year. If he was the 32nd pick and he was picked where Devon Witherspoon was picked at 5, I promise that's what everybody would have been talking about. He had 0 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 2 catches for 36 yards. T. Higgins had 1 catch, 15. Amari Cooper, 2 catches for 27 yards. Locked. He didn't get scored on. He guarded DK, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper. He guarded some of the best in the league. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp locked him down. Go get a guy they need a number 2, right? Yeah. And you don't need another lockdown. You have your guy. You have the guys going to guard Jamar Chase. That's going to guard those guys. Go get a guy that if Joe Burrow throws the ball to T. Higgins 12 times, it could get picked once or twice. something like that. I like that a lot.
So
I like this next one
now,
too.
Yeah, 21. Now here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, shit, what's the guy's name?
Oh, Jalen Waddle.
No,
Tyreek
the head
Hill.
coach's name. I can't remember.
Oh, Mike McDaniel.
Yes, thank you, Mike McDaniel. I don't know why I was drawing a blank there. Mike McDaniel loves to just create chaos, and I feel like if you kind of adapt the Bengals strategy, having Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and now Brian Thomas, you can just play off of that and move those around.
Yeah, have y'all scheme as far as 3 receivers. Mine says as far as 3 receivers, but you're getting Jalen Waddle's one of the fastest receivers in football. Yes. Tyreek Hill is the fastest receiver. And Brian Thomas isn't as fast as those two, but he is a 4.3 speed guy.
Yes.
And he's 6'3".
He's a big body, yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect. 22, I got them taking Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
I just
another one.
I think the Eagles and defensive linemen are just like a match made in heaven. They love defensive linemen.
And he's the best all-around D lineman in the entire class.
And also,
Josh Allen is the best pass rusher. He's the best entire defensive lineman, in my opinion.
So, 23, this is a little sneaky pick. I like Brock Bowers in Houston, and here's why.
Yeah.
Look what they did with Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is a free agent now. You go get somebody like Brock Bowers. C.J. Stroud loves to throw to the tight end. They revitalized Dalton Schultz's career. Now
you got Brevin Jordan and Brock Bowers. I love that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Brock Bowers, C.J. Stroud. That's just another weapon at your disposal.
I don't think nobody disagrees that Brock Bowers after pick 18 would be good on. Besides Steelers, who just drafted. I mean, they got 2 guys.
Yeah.
Philly wouldn't be bad. The Dolphins need a tight end. The Dolphins could have took him easily, right? Dallas has Jake Ferguson, but that one would be terrible. Green Bay needs a tight end. The Buccaneers need a tight end. Arizona has Trey McBride, so they probably won't. But still, I'm saying it's just the only argument for the reason why nobody talks. Because it's a sneaky pick because nobody talks about it. Despite that's probably the best fit for him in the entire league right there. Nobody thinks he's gonna be there because in all the mock drafts I'm seeing, people are trading up for him if he's still on the board or he's going fit to the Chargers. But we know how that works. Guys fall. Somebody's going to fall. That's not a big position to need. That's not an edge rusher. It's not a quarterback. It's not a corner. It's a fucking tight end.
Yes.
Dalton Kincaid, top 10 talent in the entire class. He fell to 26.
Yep.
Brock Bowers, he's better than him. Okay, so he can go 26. He can go 23. I can see it.
All right, at 24, I think we got the same pick here. I think they go tackle. You're losing Tyron Smith.
You're getting a freak athlete at tackle.
You're getting a freak athlete at tackle. At 25, I also got them taking a tackle.
He's a guard, though. Guard tackle mix.
Yeah, but
they need anything.
David Bakhtiari's been hurt.
Yep, he's gone now.
Yeah, you have a couple older guys in the offensive line.
They need every single offensive line position almost,
So I think you just shore up another offensive line position there. At 26, I went BPA here. Jackson Powers Johnson still on the board. I think you shore up your center there in Tampa. Get somebody that can help out that offensive line.
Yep.
At 27, I got Arizona taking Chop Robinson, another pass rusher.
Dog.
At 28, I got the Bills taking Keon Coleman.
I like
you
that
lose Gabe Davis. You bring in another
more
receiver.
athletic Gabe Davis,
At 29, we have both of them taking the edge, just different edges. I got him taking another.
Braylon Trice,
just the best edge on the board, Braylon Trice at this time.
Yeah.
Because the other ones have been taken off the board. I think you pair him alongside Aiden Hutchinson. That's going to be huge.
I like that.
30, we don't know if Zay Flowers is going to get punished by the NFL.
No.
By the NFL.
Oh, yeah. I
we don't know.
It's nothing.
Right.
He didn't get punished by the law at all.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I think you can take.
Even if he doesn't, you still need a wideout because you lose Odell. You're gonna have.
Right.
Yeah. I like that.
At 31, I have them taking
a center guard tackle. He played it all, dude.
Tackle, exactly.
He played every single position.
Just shore up the offensive line. That's kind of a BPA pick. And then at 32, I think we got the same player, Troy Franklin, out of Oregon.
Yeah.
Going 32.
My second mock looks a lot more like yours. It's just more chaos with trades.
Okay.
But it looks a lot more. Okay. But okay, real quick before I get to my second one, I do. Hold on. I don't. Hold on. I'm gonna cut this out. I want to go back to free agents.
My content is killing me.
All right, so real quick, because this is a position I was. Oh shit, the Bengals might sign one instead of drafting one. Okay, so I wanted to talk to him about this. Everybody has Brock Bowers going to Cincinnati. Him bringing up Dalton Schultz kind of reminded me of the good ass tight end for agency class, and I don't think none of them are gonna break the bank. Hunter Henry's really good.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz is good. I can see Everett type to Cincinnati. Yep. Mike Gesicki's good. Noah Fant's good. Austin Hooper's good. Obviously he's old. Irv Smith. I mean, I talked about this. I talked about this with you. He is such a good athlete at the position.
Yeah.
He just
can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
just can't stay healthy. That was the biggest issue with him is he just couldn't stay healthy, and then
Drew Sample probably will come back.
Out of the class, I would love to see us go pick up like a Noah Fant. That'd be awesome if we could pick up a Noah Fant. I would love to see us.
Everett would be good.
People talk about Gerald Everett. Yeah. I'd like that. I'd like a Mike Gesicki because he can play in the receiving game a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of Austin Hooper, but I wouldn't hate an Austin Hooper signing. Like I said, we have no tight ends on the roster at all.
Let's see.
I don't think we go spend the money for a Hunter Henry. I think he's going to ask for too much.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love Dalton. I mean, my favorite tight end in this class is Dalton Schultz.
For sure, 1 million%.
In the free agency class. I just don't know what he's going to be asking for.
Oh, Parkinson's pretty good too. Oh shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate Parkinson. I think we bring back Drew Sample. I think we bring back Tanner Hudson.
Me too.
And I think we go get another guy that can.
You either draft one outside of the first round, hopefully like Jaheim Sanders in the second or something like that, or you go sign a better name.
Everybody and their mother mocked Michael Mayer to the Bengals at 28.
Yep.
We didn't take him.
Yeah.
So I get don't think we're going to take Brock Bowers at 18.
But I'm saying the difference between them two is Brock Bowers is about to. Like, Brock Bowers is about to be the hottest name out right now, so if he doesn't go 5, this is what's going to happen, in my opinion. This was mocked. The reason why I did this was mocked 3 times. This past week was this exact move. Not the exact pick, because I didn't want Cincinnati giving that much up. But we'll go ahead and we'll get into it. So, number 1 overall, I have Caleb Williams. Number 2, I have Drake May going to the Commanders. I have Marv going 3 again to the Patriots, which is really popular. Now, I have the Falcons trading up to 4 from 8 to go get Jane Daniels. Joe Alt, still that pick there. Malik Neighbors now, instead of him going 4 to the Cardinals, how the last time I have him going 6 to the Giants. Is that what you had to? No, you had him going 5.
Yes.
6 with a tackle for you.
Yes.
But still, once again, they don't have a 1. They don't have a number 1 receiver.
Yes.
You don't. True. Evan Neal is a top 5 pick. You have a good left tackle. You have one of the best left tackles in the game. So you can get guards later. You don't draft a guard at 6. Malik Neighbors is the best player on the board right now. So you take a number 1 wide receiver. I said young Odell. You're literally getting young Odell back on the team that he used to be on. And if you're paying Daniel Jones all that money, at least get him some elite talent to where you really know what he is.
Yeah.
DJ Moore to the Bears.
I can see it.
Stephon Diggs to the Bills. A.J. Brown to the Eagles. All these younger quarterbacks that were kind of like, we don't know what they are. You go get them an elite receiver and you figure everything you want to see out. Olu, Titans, I still have it. Rome Odunze. Yeah, the Cardinals trade down. Rome Odunze's on the board. Okay, I'll take that. Now, because it happened, all 3 are gone. What happens? Take Dallas Turner on the other end. So I told you it'd get more similar, but it's because all 3 are gone. Rome Odunze with the pick before you. Now, so I have the Broncos trade up from 12 to 10 to jump in front of the Vikings, and also to stop teams like Vegas and teams like that from trading up to get a quarterback. So they jump up 2 spots to jump the Vikings, and they take J.J. McCarthy, the best quarterback on the board now. Vikings go Terrion Arnold. Who'd you have him taking?
Bo Nix.
Yeah, okay, but still, no, it was me. Yeah, I had him taking a defensive. I had him taking Dallas Turner, I believe,
yes.
or Leatu Latu. It was an edge rusher. Dallas Turner, yeah. So once again, I think they go defense, if not quarterback. I said I think they're gonna bring back Kirk, and I think if we bring back Kirk, go ahead and get a defensive guy. Now Fuaga, yeah, let's trade back. If Fuaga's still in our lap, take him. Now I saw this. It had the Bengals trading up to 11. I feel like. So, once again, trying to trade on here, it wasn't a forced trade option. I wasn't trying to give up as much as they were trying to make me give up to move up that high. So, I ended up just moving up to 13. He was still on the board in the mock anyway. So yeah, I had him trading up for Brock Bowers. Now, the Bengals don't trade up. It does not happen. Probably won't happen.
Well,
people are mocking it.
It doesn't happen in the first round. We did trade up.
Oh, I'm talking round 1.
Yeah. Okay, I would say we traded up for Cam Taylor-Britt, but...
Oh, yeah, no. Y'all don't trade on day 1 pretty much.
It's rare you trade on day 1. The Cincinnati Bengals traded up in the first... we traded for the number 1 overall pick in 1988, and we drafted Kajana Carter, the running back out of Penn State. He played 1 game, broke his leg in the preseason, and barely played ever since.
Yeah, so
we haven't traded up since.
But I'm saying, right? I've seen it. This is a incredible prospect, Kyle Pitts-esque. Obviously, going to be better than Kyle Pitts because he is a blocker with the same movement of a Kyle Pitts. They trade up and they get the best player on the board, top 5 player in the entire class. One's going to have J.C. Latham to the Saints. I mean, it's just an incredible fit. They did just take Penny 2 years ago. He's not working out. Go get J.C. Latham, a fucking mauler. Dog. Quinyon Mitchell, I still have him here at 15. It's just their type. I would love him to go to Pittsburgh. He still could. They could take a Kool-Aid. They could take a Nate Wiggins. But it's just like the type of corners that they drafted. They drafted 3 last year. Jalen Jones. I'm blanking on his name. Juju Brents. And then they took Darius Rush, who literally all are 6'2" plus.
Yeah, Rocketson.
Who?
Rocketson.
Oh yeah, Rocketson. But I mean, he was on the Ravens last year.
Well, they
drafted him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was saying just last year.
Okay.
Those all 3 corners I just named were just last year's draft. No, yeah.
I thought you were just.
No, yeah. They took one in round 2, one in round 3, and one in round 6.
Yeah.
All 6'2".
I thought you were just.
Oh yeah, no.
Because Rocketson's like a 6'2" corner.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So.
Okay, now Troy Fautanu. What did I do? Okay, I still go trenches. But Troy Fautanu, like I said, he's a tackle that everybody. It's a Peter Skoronski 2.0. Everybody believe he's gonna play guard. That's why when Daniel Jeremiah mocked him to the Steelers, everybody was like, whoa, like, you know, why would you do that? But I mean, he still play tackle in college. He still can play tackle. But they need interior offensive line, interior defensive line help. They get that. Now Byron Murphy goes here to Jacksonville. I mean, pencil it. I mean, their front 7 is good. We talked about that. It gets even better when you get a defensive lineman like this. Just really good. Best player on the board. Now, the Raiders, you trade back from 13 to 18, and Bo Nix is still there. You take Bo Nix. Mm-hmm. You know, you know. I think Bo Nix is a great fit with Vegas. I like it a lot, and I lay out to a lot too. In the best fits, I said him staying in Los Angeles was the best fit for me. And in the next mock draft, I do that. Jackson Powers-Johnson, if he's going to keep, like, I'm not purposely not taking him for the Steelers to get him. I promise I'm not. But I just, like, unless we spend money on a Connor Williams, I believe. Let me double check that for y'all. I believe his name is from the Dolphins. He's one of the best offensive linemen. And yeah, Connor Williams, 26 years old from Miami. Yes, if we're gonna go pay a guy like this for multiple years, if we're gonna go pay a Brian Allen that just got cut by the Rams for his cap hit, Aaron Brewer who just turned 26, he's really good. He played with Arthur Smith. He's that type. I mean, if we go pay one of them guys, okay, yeah, maybe not. But this is the second best entire offensive lineman in the class. And if he's going to be here, they're going to take him. Josiah Newton to the Dolphins. I just, like I had down the last one too. They traded up for him last time. The Bengals are gone. So he wasn't going to the Bengals, right? So that's why they didn't have to jump the Bengals to get him because they already moved up for Brock Bowers. So in this case, there's a good chance he's not going to none of these teams, right? You can sit there. You can sit and wait on him. Now I have Cooper DeJean going to the Eagles. The Eagles' worst part of the entire team outside of the play calling, De'Aaron, was their secondary. It was atrocious. I mean, it was terrible. And Darius Slay's getting older. And like I said, on this, they have him under safety. If he has a safety, he's still worth the first-round pick as a safety because he's the best safety in the entire class. He can't play corner. He can't play slot. He can play every single secondary position. He instantly is a chess piece for that defense, who their new defensive coordinator is Vic Fangio. Is that what his name is?
Vic Fangio.
Fangio, yeah. You have your chess piece now to go with, and Hassan Reddick supposedly can now he requested a trade, and he can go see trade offers. Cooper DeJean is now the chess piece and could potentially be the best player in your entire defense to go with Slay, Bradbury, Jalen Carter. I mean, the defense is loaded up. I mean, you got your offense. You got your wide receivers. Re-sign Swift, hopefully. Or bring in Derrick Henry, bring in a running back in this great class, and you're set. Now, Keon Coleman, I have him going to the Texans. I don't know why so many people have a wide receiver going here, because when I make this pick, I was like, yeah. But then I thought about it, I'm like, hold on. They have Nico Collins, who is a wide receiver 1 in the NFL. He's a dog, 6'4". He's really good. They have Tank Dell. You need a third one. And
Noah Brown, the third guy.
Yeah, Noah Brown's the third guy. Which, I mean, Noah Brown, he's 27 years old. If he was 22 or 23. Noah Brown's good, but it's the fact that he's 27. But I'm saying my thing is that you don't need 3. You don't need 3. Like I don't know that you don't need 3 at all, right? Not all 3 are gonna have 1,000 yards. If your third best receiver is Noah Brown, that's good. Like you still could be a really good team. The Chiefs just had no receivers, and they just won a ring. So you don't need 3, right? But at the same time, Keon Coleman and Nico Collins, big body, head tap type receivers, really athletic, freaks after with the ball in their hands, with a Tank Dell in the slot to go with the C.J. Stroud. I mean, it's just a match made in heaven. They're going to continue to run that division for years if this happens, and I just like the fit. Once again, I think he's going to be better at the combine than some people think. Now, I might put the foot in my mouth by saying that because obviously if he goes out there and runs a 4.5 or slower, he's not going to be here. Amir Smith to them again. Amir Smith didn't never play left tackle. He's literally Broderick Jones 2.0 just on the other side. Georgia players just don't play that much before they become draft eligible. Like, I don't know if people have noticed that, but like you get a year and then you go to the league because there's been so much talent there recently. Broderick started 1.5 years and it was the 14th overall pick. that's why they were so comfortable moving him in the right tackle, because it's not like he played a 5-year college career at left. Now he started 1 year, 1.5 years. Amari Smith, he can go play at left tackle. He could do that. He can play right tackle. So he can do whatever you need him to do. He's 6'7", and he's going to show out at the combine. Now, since Cooper DeJean's gone, I still see him taking corner. They traded Rasul Douglas away. I think it's a big need for him. Get Kool-Aid McKinstry. And Jared Verse is still here. Jared Verse is one of the best edge rushers in the class, and he was still on the board. And Shaq Barrett is getting old, and I believe he's a free agent. Shaquille Barrett, move on from him. Go get Jared Verse in round 1. I would love this for them. Great fit. Nate Wiggins to the Cardinals. I think you could pencil this in if he's going to continue to be here at 27. You lead the draft with a wide receiver 1 and a corner 1. I think if they do this in round 1, they're set. Mm-hmm. Little set. Like now if Jared Verse fell once, I mean if they took a corner instead, I would have loved Jared Verse here. Mm-hmm. Like, but then Brian Thomas, is this what you did? No. You had him going early. You had him going. Yeah. Okay. Keon Coleman. Yeah. So same type. He's a lot faster than Keon Coleman. Same type of receiver though. They need a better Gabe Davis, and that's what we both have him getting. Chop Robinson to the Lions. Love that. I mean, they need another edge rusher.
I think I had an edge rusher, but not Chop Robinson.
Yeah. You had Braylon Trice.
Yeah.
But still, all three mocks that we've done, all have been edge for them. So I like that. They can go corner too. They really could. Adonai Mitchell, you did do this one, mm-hmm. right? T. Higgins 2.0. I like it a lot. He's a wide receiver 1. He's ready. He's explosive. He has the size. He has the hands. He has shiftiness. He has the drip. That matters at the receiver position. And Tyler Guyton, I think I did this last time too. Oh, no, I went Kool-Aid for them. Did you go? You went offensive tackle?
I did.
Offensive line. Yeah, still. But still. So Tyler Guyton, I like him to Pittsburgh. I like him to Philadelphia. I mean, he's basically just a big mold of clay that you can mold into what you want. He's huge. He's really athletic for the position. He's a little raw, but that's perfect for a team like San Fran, who has a decent right tackle right now, and then has a Trent Williams. He plays Trent Williams. He gets a year or so under his belt. He's set. And then Troy Franklin once again. I think Troy Franklin's going to light up the combine, and Keon Coleman could potentially not do so hot. So Troy Franklin could go a lot earlier than 32. He can go 28. He can go 23. He can go 21. He can go 17 to the Jags because they might lose Calvin Ridley, which I think they do. Because if they don't, they have to give. So it's basically, if Calvin Ridley, I don't know if you knew this, if he re-signs, they owe the Falcons a second-round pick. Mm-hmm. So for the amount you got to pay him, for the little he was a good receiver last year, but he wasn't elite by any means.
Right.
So would you bring him back and then give up a second? Nah, I would rather draft a round 1. This is such a good wide receiver class. So draft 1 round 2 and get the same thing. You have Christian Kirk. Mm-hmm. I mean, you still got Evan Ingram. You got a running back. Build up the trenches, build up the secondary. You have other needs than bring back Calvin Ridley, especially when I think this could be a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. There could be a lot of wide receivers that go round 1 because so many teams need them. I mean, not even just that, but this is like compared to last year's class, which 3 went round 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zay. It was JSN, Zay, and Quentin. Quentin. I think both. I think Zay was the last one to go out of the 3.
Yes.
Yeah. JSN went first. 20, I believe, and 21 was Quentin Johnson, and then 22, was Zay Flowers, or 21 to 23, something like that. But still, yeah. So I think without doubt, the Ravens need another one. The Bills need, even if they keep Gabe Davis, you need another one, bro. Because I don't know what it is about them. They just don't have enough weapons. I don't like they have 2 good tight ends right now, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, and then you have Stephon Diggs, you have Gabe Davis, you have Khalil Shakur. It's not enough. You need another guy on Stephon Diggs level to really unlock that offense even more, which I think they get that in this draft. Obviously, I think the Chiefs have to get one no matter what they do because they're going to cut Valdez-Scantling, so you're going to be down to Rashee Rice, and if you do sign somebody, 2, go get Troy Franklin. We talked about Texans. You can use 3. The Steelers need a wide receiver 3. They do. Do you take one round 1? Not they have more needs than the Texans, so that's why I don't think they do. With the Texans, you don't need a 3rd one, but this is the best player on the board, things like that, so it could happen. The Saints could use one because Michael Thomas is a free agent, Rashid Shaheed is a free agent. That could be a team that needs a wide receiver. The Colts, I think the Colts need another pass catcher, even if they re-sign Michael Pittman. You got Josh Downs, you got Michael Pittman, but outside of them, Alex Pierce ain't really much. The tight end position ain't really much. So that's why Brock Bowers going here would be great too. So they could take one. Obviously, we talk about Jacksonville. Vegas could. The Rams could take. Nah, they're doing pretty good. Not round one. I wouldn't take one. The Jets, they're at 10, so that's why I don't see them doing it. And also, they need the O-line help even more.
Yeah.
But, I mean, add another receiver. That wouldn't be bad. But you got Allen Lazard, Garrett Wilson, and who else? Who?
Allen Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Randall Cobb.
Hell no. So two of them are trash. It's the young guy. I'm blanking on his name. He's the punt returner, but he started playing a lot down the stretch. He's pretty good, but I mean he's not an all around wide receiver. Well, so they're gonna draft one in this draft, or they're gonna trade for Devontae Adams, which everybody's talking about. But yeah, I mean, so I think the Bears need another one. The Commanders might lose Curtis Samuel. It's just you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay, tell me this. So Justin Fields, right? Go watch that episode if you haven't watched it already. Justin Fields could go to Commanders. Do you think taking Marv to go with Scary Terry and Jahan Dotson is also a first-round pick? Do you think that's too rich? You think it's too rich for them to take that?
If you got Justin Fields as your quarterback and you just take a receiver, no.
I'm saying too. I'm saying right.
No.
Right. So they need edge rusher.
There was people mocking Marvin 1 before the.
No. I'm not saying necessarily he's not worth a 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that, okay, the Steelers, all the receivers that they're not going to take are worth the 20th overall pick. Why aren't they going to take them? It's just too rich for what they need. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. Because, okay, so it's the same thing. So Keon Coleman to the Steelers would be incredible, right? Another George Pickens type wide receiver. They could trade Deontay Johnson. He's about to be a $17 million cap hit, things like that. So, and it's the last year on his deal. He's about to turn 27. They could move on for him. And also, there's rumor they can get a second-round pick, third-round pick for him. Still, with Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, you got a great route runner and you got a superstar receiver. You got it. You got a receiver that caught 40-some passes for 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards. You got a guy, and you got a good route runner that's done it in the league that actually scored 5 touchdowns this year, which he didn't score a single one the year before that. You got 2 receivers. So drafting a third one, round 1, when they need a center, when you could use a tackle more, when you could use a corner more. You know, that's what I'm saying. So with the Commanders roster, I would say wide receiver is probably the strongest position group they got right now, because the O-line ain't great. The quarterback room obviously isn't good. The running back room.
But sometimes in the game of football, the prospect is just too good to pass
And
up.
Marv is, for sure.
And it's like, yeah, so, I mean.
Yeah, so basically, if you trade for Justin Fields at the Combine next week,
yeah,
and you have the second overall pick, I would move down, first thing. But if not, if you're going to take a player there, it's without a doubt Marv, I think. Because would you take Joe out there?
No, I would only move down, like, if you would move down.
I'll move down to top 10. I'll move down to 10. Because they're going to, they need a quarterback.
10.
They jump up and they take Drake May second overall, and you drop down to 10. You can get an edge rusher. You can get a corner. You can get anything.
You could, but I'm saying in your scenario to get Marvin Harrison.
Oh no! That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
You would only be able to fall to 3.
No, for sure.
I think if Marv is at 4, he's getting taken at 4.
Oh no! I agree. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying like, if it's between getting Marv or trading down, I don't know. I think Marv's the best player in the class, so I think it's a win-win. You take Marv. Same thing. That's how I feel like with the Bears. You take Caleb, right, and then you take a wide receiver. You take an edge at 9. That's a win. You keep Justin Fields. You trade down. You trade down still in the first round. You still have pick 9. That's a win. You keep Fields and you take Marvin Harrison 1 overall. You still have pick 9. That's still a win. You know, so I feel like they can't lose at that pick unless they take Caleb and he's a bust. That's the only way they lose. But I'm saying like you're Washington. You trade for Justin Fields. You take Marvin. That's a win. You trade for Justin Fields and then you trade down in round 1 and you take an edge rusher. You take a corner. You take something like that. That's also a win. But I'm saying there's a lot of teams that could take Fields.
Yeah, here's the thing too. Like,
but I only think 2 teams are in the running.
Say Chicago. Say the rumors are true that Caleb Williams refuses to play in Chicago or whatever. Tries to pull Eli Manning.
I doubt it though.
I doubt it, but let's say it's true.
It's better than what the Panthers did.
You could see something like Chicago trading with Atlanta, falling to 8, have 8 and 9. You could take Rome
and a corner and an edge rusher.
Yeah, and now you got Justin Fields, Rome Odunze, DJ Moore.
Dallas Turner now with Montez Sweat.
Yeah, with Montez Sweat.
But okay,
Komet,
this is not a crazy statement because I'm not the first person to say it. Chicago. So this is my point, right? So the Panthers traded up from 9 to 1 to go get Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't the worst team in the league, but we knew they were going to be because the only reason why they weren't the worst team was because they had Chris McCaffrey for half a year.
Yeah.
We knew without Chris McCaffrey that team was going to suck. The Bears are where the Lions were a couple years ago. We were like, man, they have it. Like they have it. They're just a couple pieces away from making. That's the Bears right now. That's literally like you keep Fields. I mean, the offense was clicking. Like Justin Fields went 4-3 this year when he came back from his thumb injury.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning games. Like he was playing good football. So I'm saying like you just need a few more pieces, right? You can get that. You can get a wide receiver to help DJ Moore out, and you can get an edge rusher to help out Montez Sweat, help that front seven out. Like they're close to being in the playoffs. They're a lot closer than people think. So that's why I don't think Caleb Williams will do that. Is because I think they're closer than the East is. Then I mean they're closer in their division because like the Vikings like they're teetering between competing and rebuilding. Like they're teetering. It's just only reason why they're not full rebuilds because they have the best player in his position, Justin Jefferson, and because they might keep old Kirk. That's the only reason why they're not a rebuild. But if Kirk goes somewhere else, they're gonna be full rebuild mode. And then obviously the Packers, Jordan Love's playing good football, right? The Packers are pretty good. They're also teetering because they got a lot of older guys that are in the front seven that all are gonna fade out here soon. And then Jair Alexander and his scandal, and they're losing guys for agency and things like that. So they're good though. You got your quarterback set. Shit. I mean that's the most important thing. But I'm saying a team like that, right? Who don't? Oh yeah, they do have first. I was about to say don't have first round pick. They could take a fucking wide receiver as well. So yeah, but still, right? And then the Lions the Lions played great football this year, right? You take Caleb though, or you keep Justin and you build up around them. You could compete for that division, bro. You really could. More than if Washington and Drake May. Do you think they're beating the Eagles or Dallas? No. I'm curious about they're not, right? So even if they get Caleb Williams, they're not ready to compete yet, in my opinion. The Patriots aren't either. They're not with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, with the Bills and Josh Allen, and the Dolphins. People are saying the Dolphins are going to take Michael Penix in round 1. They're done with Tua. Even if that is the case, you still have Tyreek Hill, still have Jalen Ramsey.
They just gave Tua an extension.
Did they?
Yeah.
I thought no. But no, he didn't sign nothing yet.
I thought he signed I think it was like $185 million extension.
We can check.
So
we can go to cap hit.
Double check that.
No, I'm saying because on everything I love. Yeah, on everything I love, I've seen mock drafts with Michael Penix go around 1.
No, I believe you, but I thought he just signed an extension. I could have been
wrong. He could 100% because I don't keep up with the Dolphins that much.
MIA.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say I'm looking for the D's. Oh, update. Not popping up for some reason. I could just go to.
I could have sworn
top salaries, cap hits, teams.
Well, he's still on his rookie this year, or he's the same class as Joe, so this is his 5th year. And then I thought he just signed an extension.
He got a 5th-year option.
Right, but I thought
that's what this contract is.
Yeah, see, he just signed or no, he didn't.
No, he didn't. See,
okay.
yeah, that's it. This season is his last season. No.
Hold on, let me see. I could have sworn I saw that. Let me check.
No, I'm saying
I could be wrong.
This is up to date, but I'm saying, Tua signed a contract including 19. No, actually no. 4-year contract terms. Career. Hold on. Oh, so here it is.
It just expects a new deal. There hasn't been anything. I thought I saw that though. Maybe it was a fake.
I know. No. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you 100% that people are done with Tua because he doesn't. So everybody's saying like he doesn't have a strong arm, but then people are pulling up stats where he was one of the best quarterbacks at throwing deep last year. And my argument for that is he has deep threat receivers. If you have deep threat receivers, you're gonna have good numbers at throwing deep and not be that strong of an arm. That's just. I mean, okay. George Pickens led the NFL in yards per catch. Does that mean that his quarterback has to be good at throwing deep balls? No. He's just so good at catching them that it doesn't have to be the best ball. How many times did Tyreek Hill running 1,000,000 miles an hour and have to stop or come back this past season? A lot more than he caught it in stride. I think Michael Penix can make those throws. Me personally, from what I saw this year.
To another?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's not much changing the playbook around.
No, it's not much changing the playbook, but fuck, I hated catching passes from lefties.
No, I get that. But yeah, so my biggest thing is So here, talking about Justin Fields again, like Atlanta, him going to Atlanta, okay, I like that a lot because there's Baker, they're in the same division with Baker, right? It's the Falcons, the Bucks, the Saints, and the Panthers, right? Yep. Justin Fields will be the best quarterback in that division. Mm-hmm. The day he comes in. The day he walks in, he's the best quarterback in the division. Best quarterback in the division automatically puts you at the top at the top of the list for winning the division. Right or wrong. Lamar Jackson was Joe Burrow got hurt. But even at the beginning of the year, the Ravens are number one in the division the whole year because Lamar was playing the best quarterback. Having the best quarterback in the division instantly gives you the best chance to win the division. Yeah. Joe Burrow was the best quarterback the past 2 years that they won.
If Atlanta trades for Fields, Atlanta is the favorites to win the NFC South.
Yeah, for sure. I
don't see any other team that would be more favorites than
Steelers
to win the NFC South.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah, I thought say no team is gonna make as big of a jump. I think the team that improves the most with Fields is the Steelers because they went 9-8 with Pickett. Mm-hmm. They went 10-7 with Pickett. You get an upgraded quarterback. Here's the thing: it's such like they're so bad at smoke screening. Mike Tomlin during I'll talk about this on the video. One of the very first things that he said is the number one thing that we noticed this year: inconsistent quarterback play. The owner, Art Rooney. When he was talking, it was during the conference championship games. So during Ravens, Chiefs, Niners, Lions. During those games is when they interviewed him. He said the only reason why we're still not currently playing is because of the quarterback play. They don't know it. We know that's the only reason why. And here's the thing: they got to make a push now. And this is why they're trying to make smoke screens. They're not trying to be too in on him. It's because of the fact that raises the price for everything. If somebody knows you need this so bad. Now it costs more. Mm-hmm. But it's like, shit, we'll take them. Shit, I'll take them. Why not? That's a lot cheaper. But I'm saying, right, is TJ Watt would drive
you. Would you go up 20 for him?
I would, personally, but they wouldn't, no. But here's the thing. So I would give up second and more, for sure. I would give up a second round, a third, fourth, and Deontay Johnson for him. I add another pass catcher to go with good route runner to go with DJ Moore so that they can go Caleb and go edge rusher and be good at wide receiver. I would do that, even though it would suck. Now we need a receiver, but still, I would do that too. But still, so with the Justin Fields thing, like he instantly makes this team better. I'll pull it up for the video. So Kenny Pickett has 13 total touchdowns in 2 seasons, passing touchdowns. Justin Fields has 14 rushing touchdowns. And so he has 40 passing touchdowns. And also he's younger than Pickett, despite Pickett coming in later. And the reason why I think that Steelers are going to give up on Pickett soon, and the reason why I think they should, is because it's not Kenny Pickett came in as a developmental prospect like Fields did. Fields was 21. Kenny Pickett was 24, 23 years old when he came in. He's about to turn 26 now. He came in as a ready. Same thing like Bo Nix or Michael Penix. They're not going to get much time. They might get a year to sit. Then it's their job. They're not going to have the time that Caleb's going to have, that Drake May's going to have, Jane Daniels. Jane Daniels kind of older, but because of the type quarterback he is. Kenny Pickett, we knew what he was. And here's one thing I said, and I swear to God, I got clowned on Twitter, which is embarrassing. I said if Kenny Pickett went to UCF, fucking Oklahoma or somewhere like that, Steelers would not have took him at 20. It's the fact that he went to Pitt. That's the only reason why they fucking took him. Is because if he went to UCF, he went to Wake Forest, North Carolina, somewhere like that, not Pitt or Penn State, or obviously he didn't go to like a big ass school like Alabama or Georgia, then they wouldn't have took him. They wouldn't have took him. If he went to a school that's equivalent to Pitt, but wasn't as close or as local, Steelers wouldn't have took him, and they clown me for that. But I'm being serious. But then the same people that clown me were liking my tweet 2 days ago when I said that. I said he was drafted. He was an older quarterback prospect. Same thing with Joe Burrow. Okay, no matter if he was number one or not, forget what pick he was. Would y'all have gave Joe Burrow 3-4 years if he was giving you the type of play Kenny was? No, he was an older prospect. We know what you are. Like there's not much improving. You're getting better because you're playing more. The game is so fast when you start. So we knew Kenny Pickett was gonna make a jump from year 2. From year 1 to year 2, which he threw less picks. He threw 4 this year, threw 9 last year. Give him that, but he threw less touchdowns. So I'm saying like, this is the only team that's ready to win a Super Bowl that Justin Fields can go to. Only team is the Steelers. Every other team is not ready. TJ Watt was drafted in 2017. He's never won a playoff game despite being the best defensive player in the league. Never won a playoff game in his career. He's 29 now. Cam Hayward has 1 year left on his contract. They're going to sign to an extension just to get the cap hit down. But he's won Walter Payton Man of the Year. It's time to go ahead and make his little rounds and lead the league. He's had like 3 surgeries in the past 2 seasons. He just had another one to fix what he got done on his groin last year. So he's at the end of his rope. Like I said, Deontay Johnson's 27 years old. Isaac Seumalo, one of the best offensive linemen in the league, he's already after 30. Alex Highsmith is decently young. Larry Ogunjobi's getting up there in age. Elandon Roberts is up there in age. Minka is, 27, 28 now? So, he's not going to get younger. Casey's already over 30. Keanu Neal's already over 30. Pat Pete's old as hell. Your defense is old. The defense is ready to win Super Bowl. You have a good enough defense to win Super Bowl. It's the quarterback position. Because, you have the offense. George Pickens is up there with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. He showed it this year. He showed he has everything. If he caught 40, 50-some passes, right? You catch 100, you have a 2,000-yard receiver. Literally. He led the league in yards per catch, all those things. He catches the ball more, gets a more accurate quarterback, better quarterback, helps the offense. You get a better OC. They're going to have, this is going to be a top 5 rushing attack. So I would argue, obviously, Tannehill with Arthur Smith is better than what Kenny Pickett is. But do you know the Titans averaged 25 points per game, over 25 points per game in the 3 years that they had Arthur Smith? That's elite. They were the number 1 seed twice, or I think number 1 seed and number 2 seed, the 2 of the years. And they had A.J. Brown. I would say Tennessee Titan A.J. Brown was around where George Pickens is right now. Tannehill, not incredible. Najee and I think Derrick Henry, obviously they're the same type of running back. Same school, same number, same look, same size, damn near 6'2", 245. And then obviously now you got Jaylen Warren as well. The rushing attack is there. It's going to be one of the best in the league. It was last year with the terrible offense coordinator. You get a damn good scheme. You get a better center, right? Because you cut Mason Cole, he's gone. Every single player on your offensive line is a better run blocker than a pass blocker, except for your center, who couldn't snap or couldn't run block. You go get that. The offensive line is ready to run block. That's going to be elite, and you get legs like Fields. You can win your division, and you can win the Super Bowl, 100%. Will you? Probably not, obviously, but they got to get him first. But still, I don't think the price is going to be as steep as people think, because it's not going to be that many teams on him. Because, 2 of the teams that they're talking about is the Commanders and Patriots. They could value Daniels and May. Would you? Right? If Bengals needed a quarterback and you had pick 2 or 3, would you value Daniels?
Probably because of the 5-year rookie contract.
Exactly. Yeah, that was my point. That's what I said. Literally, for the argument to why you would take Caleb over Justin, that you would argue the same fucking thing for those 2 teams. Yeah. You would argue the same thing. So I would say it's between Atlanta, who reportedly loves some draft prospects in this, so they damn near in the same argument. Then you have Pittsburgh. And then, I just don't think Vegas. I don't like Vegas for him because, imagine, the Bengals OC. He didn't really like he doesn't really like the type of receivers. Now he's a head coach now, but imagine he didn't really like the type of receivers that T. Higgins was, and he didn't like that type. He wanted more of the shiftier, faster Boyds and Jamar Chase. Would you see? Yeah, he was just coach, so he'll go with him. You wouldn't say that, but hell no, he don't like that type. That's what Luke Getty was. Luke Getty and Justin Fields didn't click at all. That's why when fucking Tyson Bagent came in, they got better. He didn't like the Fields type of quarterback. That wasn't his guy. That wasn't the type of guys he liked. So why would he move on to Vegas and then want him now? So that's my thing. Why Vegas isn't in it. So I wouldn't be surprised because once again the Steelers could not be in it. The Steelers can be all in on giving Kenny Pickett a 3rd year. They could sign a Russell Wilson, Tannehill. A back, Mason Rudolph back, bring in a vet, draft a quarterback late, round 4 and on, day 3 quarterback. That'd be the QB room going in 2024. That's I would say that's a 55% chance they do that. That's the most realistic thing, probably 85% chance in most people's eyes. Most realistic path that they take at the quarterback position. Then I think the Falcons can get him for a 3rd or 4th round pick because nobody else is going to want him. And if the Bears are that hell bent on Caleb Williams, what more are you going to give? If that's the best offer you're going to get, that's what you're going to give up.
Right.
Because Jeff Okudah, everybody thought Jeff Okudah was going to be a hot name. Falcons got him for a 6th-round pick.
Right.
Because nobody else wanted him. So you see those kind of things happen a lot in sports. Which the reason I'm talking about it a lot right now is just because it's going to happen next week. At the Combine, Justin Fields, we're going to have the news if they're going to keep him or go Caleb. I don't know. Caleb is really good. Caleb's a generational talent, I'm going to say. So, and plus, because of the money-wise, yeah, I would go Caleb as well. I don't know. I just think they can win with Fields, too. I do. I don't know why. I know why I feel that way, because the biggest knock on Fields is his interceptions. Before this season, this was the lowest interception total he's had in his entire career. He also had DJ Moore this year. But outside, when they got DJ Moore, his weapons were bad. He had some of the worst weapons with the worst offensive line in football. And also, nothing people aren't thinking of. What quarterbacks tend to have the highest interception totals? teams that get blown out a lot. Like, why do you think Sam Howell had I think he was like second or third in passing yards this year that people aren't talking about? Is it because he was just fucking dropping dimes this year, or was it because he was throwing the ball a lot and they were getting blown the fuck out? Right? Yeah. That's what it is. Like same thing with Russ. Broncos, they were down. They got 70 points put up on them. When you're getting beat and you're getting blown out, the quarterback's going to throw for a lot of yards, could potentially throw for some touchdowns, could do those type of things, and you're going to have a lot of interceptions too. Because the more you throw, when a team gets to, like Cincinnati does it too. That's why I feel like that's why Cincinnati's secondary looked as bad as it did this year. Is because they didn't have Joe Burrow. The offense wasn't popping, so the offense had to throw the ball a lot more. And they knew, because, I mean, the Bengals, they could bounce you out. They can run it. They can screen, things like that. When you didn't have Joe Burrow, so you had a worse quarterback trying to make the same plays, right? Defensively, secondary looked worse because the other team knew they had to throw the ball, things like that. So I'm saying, so that's my biggest thing is like Steelers. Kenny Pickett had a game where he almost threw 400 yards against the Bills, but we lost 38-3. I mean, when you're getting beat, you have to throw the ball to come back. That's just the league we have now. When you're losing, I mean, that's been football forever. When you're losing, you can't run the ball to come back because you're wasting too much clock. You got to pass. Justin Fields passed a lot more than he would on the Falcons, a lot more than he would on Steelers, a lot more than he even would on the Patriots, because those teams have better defenses than what Chicago had. So, therefore, that's why I like Dallas Turner to them, because if that's their biggest knock, is the fact that because, I mean, yeah, look at the Panthers this year. Bryce Young was in a lot of close games because of that defense. You give Caleb Williams those shots. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears win 7 games with Caleb Williams, first year. 7 games his first year, then obviously continue to improve. I like that for them. I think that can happen, but I think if they keep Fields, you could spend that one on a Marv, or you could trade, get more assets, and then maybe you can win 9, 10 games. So that's obviously the talk. That's the talk of the offseason right now. I'm so ready for it to be over, but it's kind of. It's going to break my heart if you don't go to the Steelers, and it's going to ruin, that's like the only real topic we have right now. So when that's over, it's going to be dead, other than the draft prospects. Because the T. Higgins thing was hot. It's over. He was franchise tagged. Now, I do want to ask you about that. Do you think a tag and trade scenario is still in play at all?
I don't think a tag and trade scenario is in play. What I think is, it was concerning to me that we tagged him a week and a half before we needed to. Mm-hmm. That makes me feel like maybe they're farther apart than we thought in discussions. But
yeah, I don't think they're close to at all. Honestly,
also could be on the flip side. It could be we tagged him because we know we're going to get a long-term extension done, and they just want to go ahead and get the talks going. With the safety net. You don't have to worry about it expiring. We know that's what it's going to be anyway. So let's just continue the talks.
Yeah, I like that too.
But we're doing it so early. It was a big concern for me in terms of getting a long-term deal done, because it sounds like they might be a farther part than what we thought.
Okay. So with that though, the signing trade has to be in play, because if
it could be in play, but I don't think
a player like T. Higgins, I don't think will play on the tag.
Yeah,
like a player that knows he can go get 30 mil right now. I mean, he could. He loves Cincinnati. He loves being there.
Right, but we said the same thing about Jesse, and Jesse played on the tag.
Right.
I could see him playing,
but that's totally different position. It's not the same position though. You know what I'm saying? Like T. Higgins, that's a value position. T. Higgins can go get top 10, top 5 wide receiver money.
Right.
So it's like, if you're not going to give it to me.
But also, I mean, it was an injury-riddled year last year. He didn't have the best year. He had a couple of uncharacteristic drops. His quarterback was hurt. Maybe he used this as an experience to try and get that deal.
Yeah.
Go out, have a better season playing on a tag.
Yeah, for sure.
And get that more money. But also, I think we can get it done. With the salary cap going by 30, I think we can get him done and get...
For sure. I think so too.
Yeah, and get Jamar done as well. So I have no concern.
For sure. It's just like, that's why...
It's just how
that's why the Bowers thing has to stop. I think it will stop if reports and stuff start coming out more in Cincinnati that T. Higgins... the plan is still T. Higgins will be there for the next 5-6 years, 4 or 5 years to come. So I think if that agenda gets pushed a little bit more, because Bengals fans, that's y'all feel in y'all heart 100% that T. Higgins will be here 2 years from now as well. The rest of the media doesn't. So that's why I feel like everybody's so hell bent on the Brock Bowers thing, is because if we're losing a type pass catcher like T. Higgins, the next best pass catcher that will be on the board, or that y'all could even potentially get, is Brock Bowers. Yeah. But still, that's why I feel that way.
Before we end this episode off, I wanted to I saw somebody post on there on the Bengals Twitter that he doesn't think that T. Higgins brings you a Super Bowl. I don't think him by himself. Obviously, it's a team sport.
Yeah, of course not.
He's a receiver.
But him being your second best receiver,
there's nothing. What more can you do in 2021? He had 1,000 yards receiving, multiple touchdown year. In the playoffs, had a good playoff run, and then scored 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. What more can you do to show that you're an asset to a Super Bowl team?
You can't.
You scored 2 touchdowns in the biggest game of your life.
The only thing that he can do is be the number one, and he's just not, because you have a top 5, top 3 receiver and all the like. That's my thing, is that like that's one thing I hate about fans. Sometimes is the ones that's unrealistic, because I mean that's how I feel. Like, I'm not unrealistic about Justin Fields. I mean, I'm not the one, and I'm not saying here like go get Patrick Mahomes. Like obviously, like or trade up for Drake May. That's something that's way out of the cards for us. Right, we have too many needs to give up that many assets to go get a guy like Drake May. I would love it, 100%, but it's not in the cards for us. Justin Fields is a second round pick. I would do that. You would do that if your team needed the quarterback, for sure. So I'm saying that's why it's not unrealistic. Now, if they're asking for a 1, like if Vegas is giving them 13, shit, let them have them. Let them. Hey, that's on them, right? So still, no. I think fans get to the point where they see Justin Jefferson and they see guys like that, and oh, you imagine Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase back with Joe Burrow. But I mean, what the?
Yeah, like, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen though. It's because Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase both. Nobody would be shocked if Justin Jefferson gets the biggest wide receiver contract ever, or at least in the league, right? If he's the highest paid wide receiver in the league, that won't shock none of us because he deserves it. Same thing with Jamar Chase. I mean, if Jamar Chase gets paid if he has the highest cap number in all the wide receivers, nobody's gonna say overpay. Nobody. I mean, obviously, if he gets hurt and does what Joe Burrow did, then that's why people are screaming that. But still, I mean, T. Higgins can't, like you said, he can't do anything. He is an 1,000-yard receiver year in and year out. If him and Joe are healthy, obviously, and I mean, he can give you 10+ touchdowns. I mean, he's the best number 2 in the league, bro. Like, he really is. I mean, you have 2 wide receiver 1s right now. I mean, you can't ask for nothing more. Like what, getting rid of, like, okay, if a guy like Romo Doomsday is there at 18, not going to happen, right? And then you move off, maybe. But still, those scenarios are really unrealistic. So keeping a guy like that is what it is. And another thing that I've been noticing is, so Orlando Brown was a big-time signing. But I've been seeing Bengals fans say it a lot, and so have Steelers fans. I don't think people understand what free agency means. Teams that can't spend a lot of money in free agency, right, like the Bengals are going to here recently, well, I don't think they are, because they're going to be re-signing guys. Teams that spend a ton of free agency are not good in the draft. It's that simple. Because all your money goes to retaining your players. It doesn't go to go grab somebody else's players. Good drafting, the Steelers, we've drafted well. We're just now having money to sign guys because we took Devin Bush around 1, flop. Terrell Edmonds around 1, flop. We took Chase Claypool in the second round, flop. Like Kevin Colbert's last 4 draft classes. I mean, 2017 with T.J. Watt was a hit, but nobody else from T.J. Watt draft class on the team besides T.J. Watt. Every draft class since 2017 has literally been bad. Omar Khan's first one, literally, that's why we're so excited about what we got. Kevin Colbert was fading out. He also was a guy that he didn't believe in analytics. That's just sports nowadays. He didn't believe in it. He believed in talking to the guy, getting to know the guy. That's how you draft them. That doesn't work nowadays. Analytics matter. That kind of stuff does unfortunately matter now. So I'm saying, right, the Bengals, everybody wants them to go sign big names, things like that. I mean, you have superstars. Joe Burrow is a superstar. You had to go pay him. Jamar Chase is a superstar. You got to pay him. T. Higgins is a superstar. You got to pay him. Which means, yes, they're not going to have money to go out and sign Brian Burns and the best defensive free agents, but they have to repay their superstars. That's why you can't go out and get them. Yeah. So I'm saying that's how I feel about that. You got to keep T. If you can, you will. 100%. Like it's no ifs. If they can't keep T, they will. I think, like I said, the only way they don't is if T does not want to play on the tag, and then they can't, and they don't get a deal done, then you trade him. What you can get back for T. Higgins, it'll be worth it. But still, I wouldn't move on from T. Higgins. I don't think they will, especially because you're going to lose Tyler Boyd.
Probably.
Most likely.
Unless he takes like a 1-year, $8 million deal.
Yeah. Which, hey, what is he? 29. 28, 29. He's getting up there. So I mean, it's about that time to go take $2-3 million, $1 million. But like for a team, like I said, that could lose Tyler Boyd, doesn't have no tight end on roster currently, that could also Joe Mixon most likely will get cut, that does need tackles. Like, don't put yourself in a hole and just have Jamar Chase. Why the fuck would you do that? Right. Like that's how people are getting. Then these people that we're talking about, they're not re-signing or they're cutting. It's not to just like go get. It's to retain the guys that they need to retain. That's why they're going to do that. If Tyler Boyd if they're going to keep Joe Mixon on that type of cap hit, and things like that. I mean, that means that I feel like that would be more likely that T goes than if they do get rid of him. Like, there's no way they're gonna put themselves in. All we got is Orlando Brown, Joe Burrow, and Jamar Chase. That's all we got as like elite players on offense. No, they when you have as many players as they do, y'all go keep him. Now the question is though, y'all have to keep. I mean, not question, but now the thing is you can keep loading up on top defenses. I mean, defensive talent in the top rounds of the draft. Like, would you be shocked if the top?
That's kind of what our recipe is.
Yeah, for
sign
sure.
Offense and draft.
Would y'all take round 3 Dax Hill's year? What would y'all round 3 pick? Why the fuck am I blanking on it? Because I know y'all went Dax,
Dax, Britt, and damn, who did we take in the 3rd round that year? Was it? No.
Was it Osai? No, he was a 5th round pick.
Yeah, no, Osai was a 5th. Yeah.
Damn, bro. I'm about to say, how the fuck?
I'm trying to go through the positions here.
You know what I'm saying? Think of y'all young guys. Think of all the young players you got. Was it Volson? No, he was 6th.
No, yeah, Volson was a 6th round pick.
Wasn't a wide out. Y'all would have took one that early.
Who the fuck did we take?
Was it safety?
No, it wasn't a safety.
Linebacker?
Oh, it was I think it was a safety. I think it was shit. I can see his name. Anderson. Tyson Anderson. I think we took him in the 3rd.
Yeah, okay. I can see it.
I think.
We could check real quick.
Yeah, check. I think it was Tyson Anderson. I know we drafted him.
If I pull up, is he still currently on roster, you think?
Yes, he's still currently on the roster.
Okay. I'm about to say, if I just pull up roster, I'm about to say, would you be able to decipher it from there?
Currently on the roster.
I'm about to say, I don't see why not.
He was competing for a safety spot. But I don't remember if he was or not. I have no clue.
Okay, here's all the rookies. Here are the first year guys.
No, he would be a 2nd year.
Yeah, Tyson Anderson.
Yeah, Tyson Anderson right
I'll
there.
click on it. We can, hopefully it tells when he was drafted. Out of Toledo. Yeah.
It doesn't say on NFL.com. Just look it up. Tyson Anderson drafts.
Okay, hold on. Then I'll say career. Nope. How you spell the first name? Was it with a C?
Tycen. Oh no, he was a 5th round pick. Oh shit, he was 2022 5th round. Just look over 2022 draft. I forget. It's gonna kill me. As soon as I see it, I'm gonna remember.
I know you are.
But I really can't remember.
Oh my! Oh, Zach Carter.
Oh, Zach Carter. Damn,
okay.
I would. You know what?
And Volson was a 4th round pick. I thought he was a 6th.
I thought he was a 6th too, but you know what? I wouldn't even have got that. I forgot about Zach Carter.
Okay, but still proves my point. They went defense, offense, all in one draft class, right?
Yeah.
Which and then what? Last year was.
Last year we went
defense, wide receiver. No.
Defense.
Kind of your 7th round pick was a corner. DJ Ivy, I believe his name was.
7th was a corner. We took Andre in the 6th or Yoshi in the 6th.
So who's your 5th round pick? Or did you not have one?
We did have a 5th. Yeah, we went defense, wide receiver. Fuck, who do we take in the 5th? Oh my god.
Chase Brown.
Running back. Offense.
Yeah, okay. So defense, offense, punter. Defense is what we took.
Yeah, we had 2 7th round picks.
So that's what you have to do again. First
defense, yeah.
I wouldn't. Okay, now.
And look at all our defensive players. Trey Hendrickson we signed.
Yep.
Sam Hubbard we drafted.
Yep.
Logan Wilson we drafted. Jermaine Pratt we drafted. Dax Hill we drafted. DJ Turner we drafted.
Jordan Bell. Jordan Battle.
Jordan Battle we drafted.
Cam Taylor Britt.
Yes, thank you. Cam Taylor Britt we drafted.
Sam Hubbard.
Zach Carter played a lot. We drafted him. Joseph Asai we drafted. I already said Sam Hubbard.
Okay, what about DJ Reader?
Miles Murphy we drafted. We signed DJ Reader from Houston.
BJ Hill.
BJ who we traded for.
Okay.
We traded.
What about number 59, the left outside linebacker, the left linebacker?
Yes, Davis Gaither. We drafted him.
Okay, yeah, he's good. He's underrated.
Yeah, Akeem Davis Gaither. Marcus
I like
Bailey we drafted, who plays quite a bit for us at linebacker.
Yep.
So we've drafted decent.
Oh,
we haven't drafted great, but we've drafted decent.
Yeah, I mean, it's
we drafted good enough. But yeah, we traded BJ Hill. We traded him from the Giants. We
did play for the Giants.
We gave them Billy Price and I think a 3rd round pick and got BJ Hill, who's been on the team ever since.
Yeah.
Billy Price
is still no, he's a free agent.
Is he a free agent?
Yeah. He hasn't played since I think y'all traded.
I think we drafted Billy Price.
But I personally think y'all draft the tight end. I'm not gonna say round 1. It could be round 2. I think Like, I mean,
I don't know. We like Tanner. Drew Sample. Drew Sample was a fucking second round pick. Like, we haven't hit on a lot of players. Drew Sample was a second round draft pick. I don't remember what year.
I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns back to back.
I think it was
I watched the Vikings game that he scored against the Steelers. So sure.
I think it was 2019 we drafted him. The year before Joe, we drafted him in the second round.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we haven't hit.
The year you got Joe, you got Logan Wilson and T. Higgins too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you
Joe
made
was
yes,
number one.
You made up for that.
Number 2. Logan, I think, was a 5th.
Yeah. So, I mean, you made up for it in that one draft class.
Yeah.
But which is, I feel like the Steelers did this year as well. I mean, you got to stack them up. Which I think. So this next year, I think y'all take a tight end. I'm not gonna say round 1 or 2. Could be either round. You know, could be a Brock Bowers, could be a Jaheim Bell. Not Jaheim Bell. I think it's Jatan or Jaheim Sanders. Jaheim Bell is the Florida State one. He's not gonna go round 1. He's a really good athlete for the position. He can go round 3.
I think what the Bengals do is we bring back
defense. I think it's all defense.
We bring back Drew Sample and we sign a veteran on a 1-year deal like we've done the last 2 years.
Which Irv Smith was only like 20. He's 25 now. He was only like 24. So I mean, if he worked out, that was a prove it deal. Y'all can prove it deal. If it worked out, y'all kept signing him. It didn't work out, so you move on.
We can give Mike Gesicki a 1-year deal.
Yep. Or maybe Noah Fant.
Fucking trade for Hayden Hurst. Give him one of our.
Wait, he had a season? I mean, he had a career injury with that neck, right?
Oh, I didn't know it was career ending.
Well, I
know he was hurt for a while.
It was rumored to be, but
I didn't know if he was officially done or not.
Hey, I mean,
also trade for Von Bell.
Yeah, bring Von Bell back.
I miss you, 24.
Wait, speaking of that, Mike Hilton. How many years Mike Hilton have on the contract? I feel like I see y'all taking slots. Yeah, but I see slots not round 1 obviously, but on like 4 round mocks.
He's not already a free agent. I think this is his last.
Okay, yeah. So. Which I think y'all still. I think y'all continue to take cracks at the secondary as well.
Cheeto Bay.
No, you are because I've seen Steelers fans want him, and I've seen Eagles fans want him too.
Yeah, but I think Mike Hilton has got 1 more year. I think this is his last year.
We
signed him to a 4-year deal.
In my honest opinion, Cheeto Bay is not that bad when he's in there as a 2 to Cam Taylor-Britt. But whenever he's asked to play 1, that's when I feel like he's bad. So that's why, if any team's going to get him, I pray he's coming in as a 2.
Yeah, I don't think we bring back Cheeto Bay.
I don't think so either. Oh, this is a good cornerback class, though. Jeff Okudah, Kenny Moore, Woozy, Rocky Sin, Levi Wallace from the Steelers, C.J. Henderson, Emmanuel, he tore that ACL, missed the whole year. Michael Davis, all right. Micah Hyde, do not know why he's under corner. Stephon Gilmore, Dory Jackson. This a guy I like, Sean Murphy Bunting. I like him a lot.
Sean Murphy Bunting.
Ronald Darby played pretty good this year. Not Eli Apple. James Pierre, another Steeler. Shannon Selva, another Steeler.
Yeah, okay, so we do have him under contract because he would have been popped up.
These are hella former Steelers. Arthur Millette, Keller Witherspoon. I like Darnay Holmes too. Yeah, cool. He'd have been popped up because it goes by money. Yeah, so but still no, so that was one of my biggest things. I see y'all taking.
But Cheeto Bay, when he came back from the ACL injury, he just wasn't the same corner.
But, yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like I said,
I think Cam Taylor-Britt kind of came into his own. DJ Turner, he didn't have the greatest.
Cheeto Bay didn't have a good year. I mean, I feel like Cheeto Bay started off good.
A good corner rookie year. It's rare.
Yeah, it really is so rare. Like that's why I'm not out on Forbes yet.
Right.
I'm not. Why? I mean, you drafted him 16 just because he was a freak athlete. You didn't draft him because he was coming and be a shutdown. Mm-hmm. But still, so what I was saying is, I feel like y'all take crack at the secondary again in the top 3 rounds.
Yeah. We need a safety.
Yeah, which is crazy because I've seen. So Dax Hill was the first round pick, and then everybody's saying Jordan Battle was one of the steals of the draft.
Jordan. Now look, Jordan Battle I think can be really solid. Dax Hill just hasn't really felt it out yet, but.
Flip him. If Jordan Battle was a first round pick, and if Dax Hill was a 3rd round pick, you would feel better about him. It's the fact that y'all took him round 1.
Yes, he just hasn't shown.
I swear.
Just
people don't think that matters.
Like Dax Hill was just kind of he just did like there was a couple times last year, especially in that Houston game where Noah Brown had like 109,000 receiving yards. He just kept falling asleep on defense and just letting
one thing that's not talked about enough is his angles in the run game. Good, but like so I feel like people are kind of
Jordan Battle. I like Jordan Battle. He had a good rookie year. He should be our everyday safety.
Yeah,
we should cut Nick Scott.
You will. He's gonna be like a $3 million cap hit.
Yeah, I think that's a cap casualty for us. But I still think you can go out and get a nice safety. Maybe we can sign a veteran to come in and play better.
Have you seen? Hold on. Yeah, let's pull it up for them real quick. Have you seen that? Like,
I know that you see Miami just cut Xavier Howard.
Yes. But But I'm saying, have you, which I think he can come to the Steelers. He can go to the Texans. There's a lot of teams that can take him. But I'm saying, have you seen this safety class though? It's like Buddha, Eddie Jackson was cut, Micah Hyde, Tracy Walker, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Jordan Whitehead, Chuck Clark, J-Ron Curse, Jalen Mills.
There's a lot of players out there.
Darnell Savage, Mike Edwards, Kareem Jackson. I'm reading names of guys that will actually come in and play good. Kyle Duggar, Xavier McKinney,
Terrell
Edmonds, Miles Killer. He's a special team guy. He was Steelers special team All Pro. Taylor Rapp is really. Antoine Winfield, Taylor Rapp, Deshaun Elliott is really good.
We were rumored to sign him last year.
You got the other Rams one. Yeah. You got Geno Stone just led the league in interceptions. Tied for the league interception. Justin Evans, sorry. Jeremy Chin, really good. Rodney McLeod, Ryan Neal. I'm trying to think. Julian Blackmon is really fucking good. Kayvon Wallace is underrated. Here's L'Jarius Sneed for some reason. But Jordan Fuller, Cameron Curl, these are guys that just got off rookie contracts, so that's why they're all the way down here. We're talking about some literally, bro. I mean, the safeties don't make I'm saying safeties don't make a ton of money. This is okay. Outside, it's because quarterback sucks. People aren't saying how good a free agency class this is. Mike Evans, T. Higgins was potentially in there. Michael Pittman, then the running back Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, Saquon Barkley. Tackles is not that good. Centers are really good. Tight ends are good. Edge rushers with Josh Allen, Brian Burns, Danielle Hunter. That's a good ass class. So you know what I'm saying. So and then the corners are. When we looked at them, they're good. I mean, Jalen Johnson, #1 per PFF corner in the entire league. L'Jarius Sneed's really good. And then safeties, we just looked at the safety. So it's a really good free agency. So I'm saying, Cincinnati has a lot of money. They can go pay L'Jarius Sneed some bread,
we can go do something like that. Players, and we've been bringing in. I'm excited to see, but like we said, it's right around the corner, March 11th. We're about 2 weeks away from free agency opening.
All the news is about to drop, so tune in to the pod. Combine trades, a lot of things happen. We see what teams want. Free agency, that kind of narrows down who's going to draft the what, so that also helps the draft time. Big time players going to places we don't expect. Trades begin to start these next 2 weeks. We can see Justin Fields on the move. You can see guys actually get moved to teams. So this is not a dull part of the offseason. This is the best part of the offseason before the draft. Then when the draft gets here, you have a high for the next 3 days. Then it's boring until September.
And don't forget, April 25th, we were going to do that's that Thursday, right?
Yep.
That we're going to do our full live watch of the first round, live reaction on every single pick, do our final mock drafts, and we're going to see how this plays out because it is a national holiday on April 25th.
And the UFL starts the end of March.
Yes, March 30th.
So y'all will be getting content about the UFL.
We're going to be bringing that up here soon.
Yeah, we'll talk about the rosters because some NFL guys actually just left and signed with some teams here recently, like Matt Corral and AJ McCarron. Matt Corral was looked at as a guy that could be a round 1 pick, and I mean we thought he was going to be the Panthers guy when they moved on from Baker.
They just never gave him a shot,
and he never got a shot in the NFL. So he's about to go to the UFL and show everybody why he should have got a shot. Yeah, and AJ McCarron was great in the XFL.
Sign?
Yeah, it's a kicker. Yeah. So I mean, there's some big time names in the UFL. So we're gonna dive into the rosters, and then obviously we're gonna pick a podcast team, and we're gonna talk about the entire offseason. We're talking about guys that will go to the NFL. We're talking about guys that used to be in the NFL. Man, it's gonna be a ton of fun. Hopefully that keeps us from March until the draft, and then keep us busy until because the offseason gets boring once May rolls around. So
the real offseason is gonna start here in the next couple of weeks because once free agency opens up,
the next podcast we should have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
the next podcast we'll have. I mean, we could do an updated mock. We'll probably do a mock live together with the new news that'll drop. Shout out to the Kelseys with new news. But yeah, so trade talks, a lot of things will happen. Then a week after that, trades, free agency. So yeah, it's about to pick up. It's gonna be a really fun off season. There's a ton of big names in the market. A really good draft class.
A ton of big names.
It's fun. For the first the Steelers have been dead every offseason. You get Omar Khan. So for me, I'm excited for the offseason because quarterbacks is in the mix. That's not usual. They have T. Higgins talks. Finally it's time to make sexy picks again and sign big time players. Y'all have money to sign a big time player. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun this offseason. So continue to tune in with us. Check out episode 3, 2, and 1 if you haven't already. dove in. You have our top positions from each. Justin Fields news I just posted today. My prediction on where he's going to land and how it's all going to play out, and I think it's all going to play out next week. So yeah, continue to tune in here, and then by the time this posts, we'll be recording another one for y'all.
Yep. All right, we'll catch y'all later. We'll see you next week with a little bit more talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.